Okay, I won't throw anything else in my mob until like after we're done.
All
You're
right,
fine.
well, we're live.
No,
Welcome
go
back to
on.
session 58, Shard Hunters. We've got a wonderful, cranky dwarf that's going to bring us the recap this time. Let's see how he does.
So we had some fun last week. A little bit of just kind of getting ready on moving out on our expedition. Ran into some different people along the way. Eve got her trident back from some great craftsmanship from Winky. Good job over there. Um, we are heading to Vestal, right, Charles?
No,
Oh, well, see, I've
y'all are
already
heading
screwed it
north.
up.
Y'all are heading north up the road towards the Northern Kingdom.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. On the way, we ran into some bad guy. The what was it? Sorry, just rereading these notes. This is very fun to listen to, isn't it?
It's
Yes,
all
Eve
good.
caught a boulder in the night.
Ah, yes. Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah,
the face.
Couple of giants,
yeah.
or a
And then
giant
we,
and a
well, yeah.
snow drake.
Last thing we did, we had the frost giant, frost drake fight. Of course, we won. We're gonna see what we won, and see what's behind door number 3. So let's see what we got.
All right.
Okay, so are y'all done?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
turning it
that's
over to
about
you,
as good as I'm
sir.
gonna do.
Okay.
That's better.
You needed more fuel in the depth. He wasn't ready.
I'm trying to figure something out because it looks like it's working, but it's also not working at the same time.
Nice. Let's go forge.
Old
All right,
Schrodinger's
It
forge.
so first off, y'all want to
first.
go ahead and start doing the healing
Hmm.
because
Yep.
there are several people that are half dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I kind of got hit by a boulder.
Sorry, Core.
Core, Winky, Eve, Nadep are all badly hurt.
Okay, this will be for Core and Winky.
Pretty sure I
Maybe.
almost did a quarter of Core's health
yes.
accidentally.
I think I already gave you back your arrow.
Yeah.
That
For
was a
some
bad
reason
roll, but it was not a failure.
you enjoy stepping in front of my arrows. I don't get it.
Is anyone else going to try to treat?
Uh, does Nita think treated?
Yes.
You said that was a failure.
I'm gonna.
That was a failure.
I'm
Okay.
gonna. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna try to heal Nita.
Yeah, I'm stuck on like gray screen of death over here.
Refresh.
I'm not.
Refresh.
You did not,
There it is.
Mo.
and you critically failed on that one.
Ooh.
He sticks his
Mhm.
syringe in his own hand.
No, it would hurt Nita, not me.
Correct.
It would
Mo.
not hurt.
Mo. Mo. You think you can patch up this arrow wound I took? I don't know who shot it. I
Yeah.
wasn't looking.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Hang on a second. Let me take a look at that.
Where or am I?
Oh,
We're gonna
Roll
die.
1d8, Winky, and that's a
1d.
critical failure too. So roll 1d8, Mo.
well, we're starting off real strong tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they changed the little clicker things down there.
Yep.
They actually have
Like I said, I think I
words
updated.
now.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. They actually tell you what it is, but I have to wait
You
for the
have to
scroll to
just
pop
Say
up.
guess.
that's been needed for the entire
Yeah.
time.
Well, I mean, if you sit there and you let it sit there for a while, it'll pop up the little thing, but you're like, you don't know that until you know it. But it's actually
Well,
nice
and
to
the
have it right there.
and not only that, the icons actually make sense now.
Yeah.
Because double damage.
Yeah, so Nita, you take the full damage from Winky, and Core, you take the full damage from Mo.
Okay, I haven't seen either of those load in yet.
Okay, I'll get you.
You need to refresh, man.
Yeah,
You
so
need to
when
get
I
better
was
life.
trying to fix that wound, it just started bleeding profusely. I don't understand
Oh.
why.
Core's gonna end up dying while we try to heal him.
The blood stays in the body.
You're not supposed
You
to put
get the
another
second.
arrow in there.
Oh, there we go. Did you already adjust my
I
health?
did it. I just did it.
Okay.
Yeah, I dropped
he
the.
says,
When-
he says, look, you're supposed to push it all the way through first.
Okay.
I gotta put it back in.
Well,
Chunk.
I think it's because you already pulled the arrow out. You know.
Yeah, I missed step one though. It's push it through. Let's
Yeah,
push it back
yeah.
through.
Yeah,
Alright.
because when he pulled it out, you know, the barbs they did a little bit more damage.
I think I'm gonna cast heal. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do it myself or if I'm gonna be nice and do it to other people.
I mean,
You could have cast a burst heal.
Yeah, but it only does 1d8, which is not
to be
great.
fair, if we don't heal Core soon, somebody's gonna murder him while trying to medicate him.
Where's
gonna-
more?
Just gonna go ahead and lay down.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do a 2-action heal. For him.
Everyone gets 26.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I still cast mine or?
Oh, I didn't mean to get damage.
Hit heal twice.
I almost killed myself. Core, don't make that mistake, man.
Yep.
Okay. I think I may have this thing figured out. It's not as nice as it used to be because I don't have actual Microsoft Excel. I'm using ODS on my system.
Mm.
So
OBS.
while y'all are doing the healing, let's see, that's Winky, Nita, Eve, Mo, Core. I guess Tala's the only one that's not doing anything. Are you looting, checking?
I mean,
You're
I
not
do
the
that,
getting
or I-
healing, so
I've got at least trained in medical, but
I'm
well,
trained.
Yeah.
everyone's already busy. You can't treat someone who's already being treated.
yeah, so I can.
I'm not being
I
treated.
can look around.
Winky, you tried to be treated already.
Mhm.
Eve tried to treat you immediately.
I tried to look
Oh.
around.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm glad we're going ahead and getting all this out.
Here's-
She goes to
now.
check on the donkeys again.
No, it's like in Community when Troy gets back through the door. He's got the pizzas, and then he's just watching everybody beat each other up. He's like, "That's Atala right now."
That's
She's
the,
like, what are y'all doing?
No, Atala, you're sitting there looking around trying to figure out what's going on, and you don't notice that the giant's laying there in front of you, so you trip and fall and land on his chest.
Oh, wonderful.
So now you're hugging the giant.
I'm gonna work my way back off this guy.
Doesn't he have like a cold effect, or is that only when he's alive?
That's when he's alive. So, now that you found the giant, are you wanting to search the body?
Yeah, I'll just wiggle
I
my
just-
way through pockets.
All right. As you search the body, you find a pouch that has several things in it. A lot of them are coins, plus there is a piece of armor.
Coins.
I just keep a breastplate in
big
my
is-
back pocket at all times, you know, just in case.
How big is the pouch?
Well, it's a giant, so
He sometimes uses it as a pinky ring. So he
No,
can-
he uses it as a tooth cleaner. You know, a toothpick.
but it's a breastplate.
Is it a breastplate?
I don't know. He just said armor. I just said
Yeah, he just
breastplate.
said piece of armor.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you said breastplate. I'm sorry. Oh no, Nadep said breastplate. Yeah, that's what I'm.
Shut the door.
Anyways, inside of it is a somewhat bloody piece of armor. Your guess is the previous owner did not survive the encounter.
Hmm.
So it's more like a granola bar wrapper that he left in his pocket.
You find a piece of, once you clean off the blood on it, it is a shining bronze overlaid with reinforced golden panels in the shape of a lion's head. And it is a breastplate.
Hey.
Atala, can you check? Imagine I'm getting patched up, but you check if that's magical.
Yeah.
You are fairly certain it's magical, but you have no idea its nature.
I relay that information. Maybe you
Based
can look
on
at
the
it later.
amount of blood, it's likely that this person was squashed and the armor didn't get damaged.
Getting a lot of background noise from you, Derek.
Yeah, I have 15 kids.
Yes.
I've got a thing on, it ain't working. I'm sorry.
It's all good, bud.
I can mute myself.
Don't forget
gotta
to
be-
turn it off, though.
It's got to be great for the headache.
Oh yeah. He needs soundproof headphones.
Use earplugs underneath his headphones.
Elijah, he still has to listen to you.
Ooh.
Mm.
So is you.
Well, both of y'all are wanting to talk. Neither one of y'all say much of anything, really.
Okay, and there is a lot of coins in the pouch too.
How many?
So you get to take the time to count them. Are you going to take the time to count them?
Yeah.
Does it look like they're going to be occupied with enough of what they're doing that I've got time to count?
Yeah, who was it? Mo spent an hour working on someone, and Eve spent 10 minutes with her first fail. Does she want to try again after the first 10 minutes are up?
Yeah.
All right, you get to try another check. I'm assuming the same people.
Yeah.
I was
Hey,
John.
I was gonna say I was the
Hey.
one that a car was working on.
so who were you working on again? It was Winky and
Well, a
Edith,
car,
wasn't it?
yeah, because a car was working on me for that hour, and then
Yeah,
hurt
I
me.
guess so.
Took an hour.
I
to,
told you to stop moving, and you're moving. I can't do this when you're.
It was
when
an
you're
hour.
scrubbing away.
I don't know what you were doing for an hour, but I ended up worse off.
All right,
He was
Eve,
taking the arrow.
roll
and dropped
1d8.
They can hear.
So both Winky and Nita take 12 damage.
it. So double. Good
It won't kill y'all. It'll be fine.
Except it might kill.
Yeah, that works.
Hey, when we get to the next town, can we pick up a healer?
Ooh. What are you doing?
A car has been working
Druid stuff.
on core for an hour. I just did this in 10 minutes.
Yeah, so far the healing checks have not been with you.
Hey,
During
can I
that
search
time,
the
you
other-
have time to count the coins, Derek. Or Hatala. You
Alrighty.
find about 5,000 coins. All of them seem to be gold.
That's
Oh,
like
man,
500
let's-
coins a minute. That's pretty quick.
Let's
Dude
let's
was loaded.
let's buy some healing potions. I think that's something that's gonna be needed.
It's a waste of money. You guys are gonna be dead in an hour anyway.
She's playing a mad song on her ukulele now.
And you find a strange note in there as well, amongst the coins, but you can't read it.
Alright. Can I? Is like any indication of what language it might be, so I know who to hand it to?
No, you have no idea.
Fun.
Hey, can I see it?
No,
You're
sit
working on
down. I'm
stuff.
healing you.
No, I want to see it.
You can't read. Sit down.
You're hurting me. Shut up.
No, I just healed you. I swear. I'm pretty sure that's
No.
2D. I'm pretty sure that's 2d8 plus 10. Here. Oh, I didn't put the plus 10. Apologies.
I just have to heal twice.
Yeah, can we just heal twice? Is that okay?
That's plus 10.
No, that's plus 11, but okay.
No.
So you
it's
can't
plus
even do
10.
math.
No, it's plus 10.
No, Elijah.
So if you add 10 to 11, it's
Just
11.
stop talking. Just stop talking.
It's another.
I don't know what
I don't know what math.
math school you went to, Winky. But I think we have a different arithmetic here in the.
Look at him.
You're not gonna
Holy
convince
shit.
me that 10 plus 11 is 11.
Look at my dad. He's the one who was teaching me.
Nah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Oh man.
Can I search the other last one? I'm done doing heal.
You search what?
The other glass.
The Drake.
Yeah, the Drake doesn't have anything on it.
Can we remove teeth, or maybe the head?
Scales.
Maybe a few scales.
Maybe a
If you
brain.
cut into it at all, it spills out freezing blood. Still.
Seems
So-
useful.
Hey, do you still have that endless decanter?
No.
Oh. I mean, how awesome would it be to have liquid nitrogen in a fantasy
And you
setting?
can't fill an endless decanter.
Oh.
It's designed to do whatever it does from the beginning, and
Can,
Debbie was working on figuring out the command words.
can
If we
put
took
this-
everything out of a bag of
We
holding,
need to remember to
And-
get that from Debbie if he's figured it out. I'm noting that
Before we
down as
go,
a thing
before
to
we
do.
go to the desert.
Can we put? Can you put freezing blood in a
You know what?
bottle, like a container?
Oh,
You
for
want
a
to
second I thought he said a box.
just pour the blood into a.
What's in the
Bag of
box?
We
holding?
might be able
What's
to
in the
need something
box?
that's freezing later.
I was
No.
going to try and make a swamp
It,
cooler.
it stops freezing after it comes out. So it's freezing for a few seconds, and then it evaporates.
So that sounds a lot less harmful. So, do we want to go ahead and cut it open and let it spill out?
Trying to
I
field
don't
dress
think we
this
need-
thing.
Charles, I did hit that with the lightning rod. If you want to simplify things, you can say it disintegrated, and we can move on.
No, it's blackened and blue and everything, but it's still there.
So we have dinner covered tonight.
I really don't. I really don't
we're
think
all
that we
we're
need.
all eating, and we got
need-
frostbite in our mouths.
I don't think we really need a chance. The more damage possibility. 'Cause,
Or dies by
healing has not been going very well tonight.
We do need to look over if they're infected or not. So
Oh yeah.
Yes. Make a perception check for whoever wants to check that.
I do.
It'd be great if I failed this with a 1. Just
All right, Winky, you are absolutely certain that they do not have any sign of infection on them.
Yes.
Then why were they so mean?
I think they just didn't like your haircut.
Okay. Sure it wasn't your blue hair? Do you have blue hair
My
right
hair's
now?
not blue.
What color's your hair now?
Nope. It's rainbow.
It's rainbow? Alright. Gotta let us know this stuff. I gotta have the proper visuals in my brain.
So is it Winky Bright?
Before his time. Before his time.
Yes.
All right. And I believe, didn't that attack occur right before dawn anyway?
Sure.
Yes, because
Early in the morning?
Eve was on
Let me
shift, on night shift, on guard
Right.
duty, before she
Yeah,
took
so
that boulder to the
Going
face.
back to sleep is not likely to be something y'all would do, so y'all could go ahead and get up and get on the road.
On the road again?
I mean, I could deal with another nap. I'm pretty hurt still, but we can get on the road, I guess.
We were traveling more, and we came across something big coming towards us. It looks like it was almost. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
No, y'all were camped for the night. Because Eve got a boulder to the face when we were waking up.
She did, but
Mm-hmm. She
Yeah,
woke.
she was
She
on-
woke me up because I had just come off shift.
Yeah, she was on last shift.
I just don't have enough information in those notes. Okay.
But yeah, Core needs a bit of healing still. Eve is good. Neetup is good. Winky needs a little bit, but Core needs a lot still.
I should be good if we get into another fight.
Okay.
Because Core's about half still.
All
More
right.
of a chaotic neutral.
I'm just gonna let that one hang.
So, shall we go?
On the road again.
Are y'all gonna go or heal Core? What do you do?
I vote we heal Core.
Here, just chug one of these. I'm gonna hand him. I think I've got some potion.
Alright, you treated him well.
All right. Way to go, Eve.
So 17.
Or you can just do 7 plus 7. That equals 17.
No.
No, 7 plus 7 equals 7. Okay, thank you.
Alright. So you're gonna head out now?
Yes.
Alright.
As we head out, I'm gonna hand the note to Core and ask if he maybe understands it.
All right, I'll take a look over it.
Okay. You can make a society check to try to identify the language,
Okay.
Yeah,
but you can't read it either. You think, based on it being a giant, that it might actually be Jotun.
Okay.
Can I look at it?
You
Wait,
can't read it. No one can read it. I already checked everyone's language. No one has it.
is the sheet of paper like a 3 foot by 5 foot sheet of paper, or like?
No,
And
it's a little. It's
normal.
still a regular sized sheet of paper.
Okay.
It looks like a human wrote it.
Ah. So there's somebody conspiring with the giants.
There wasn't any heraldry or anything on that armor, was there?
Nothing that could be identified.
Okay.
I mean, this was a magical device, so it's not something that someone had their crest on or anything.
Okay.
All right, y'all make it through the day without any major problem, other than the cold. And y'all are ready to stop for the night.
All right.
Set my alarm.
I summon you, Goose.
right, Hatala. It's around midnight, and you are on guard duty. And you hear something in the snow in the distance.
I'm gonna activate my goggles so I can see in the dark.
Okay.
And what do I see?
You see 3 wolves slowly patrolling around the camp. They're together and they're slowly circling like they're investigating.
Doesn't seem to be anything with them, just wild wolves.
Make a perception check. You notice that the lead wolf looks like it may have extra appendages, but it's hard to tell at the distance.
Extra appendages.
Would you like to try to focus on him and look more?
Yeah.
Try again.
Oh, heck yes.
Yes.
As you refocus and look at him, you can see clearly that it has 3 or 4 large tentacles growing out of its back.
I'm going to wake
The
everybody up.
other two wolves with it seem to be normal and seem to be cowering to it, but still following it.
I want to quietly wake up the crew and let them know what I've seen. But the entire time, I'm trying to keep my eyes where it is. I don't want to lose sight of where it is. But I want to get everybody awake so we can deal with it, because I don't want this thing to. This needs to be taken care of.
As you're watching, the third wolf looks at you, and you can see that it notices you're watching it. And it yips quietly at the back of the lead wolf. It looks in your direction, sees you waking everyone up, and bolts into the forest, taking the other 2 wolves with it.
So it's gone now.
Yes.
I'm gonna let everybody know it's gone now, but we need to be aware of it. If it was gonna come after us, I'm not gonna go run after it into the night, though. That's my vote anyway. For
Probably a smart idea. Not to chase wolves in winters, especially with ones that have tentacles.
Agreed.
This may be one of the infected creatures people have been seeing.
You know,
If
I
you
could talk
said it
to
ran away while you're trying to wake us up, it must have some type of higher intelligence, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's passing along information and just getting stuff that way, or it could have just been we're not easy enough prey. But if it was gonna mess with us, I mean, we don't want any of those tentacle things around. I will rather take care of them if we can. But again, I'm not gonna run off into the night chasing a wolf.
All right. Does everyone go back to sleep or stay up or what? It's midnight.
I'm gonna go
I would
back
think
to sleep.
I would think bedtime is still needed.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and take the next shift.
Yeah, the
Hey,
night
and
is
maybe-
especially dark right now because of the new moon.
Maybe we should start like every person who takes the night shift gets those goggles.
The night vision goggle things.
That doesn't make sense because most of us have at least low light.
But we need to see this.
But dark vision's
Oh.
better than low light.
It's
Yeah.
it's not a bad idea. Somebody could.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a clever thing. We
And you
can
still
make
got a
that
couple
part of our.
humans.
We can make that part of our routine. We pass around the dark vision goggles, for our watch times. So if you are ever in watch, and I mean, they only work for an hour, so only activate them if they're needed. But
Yeah. I have a set. I can pass mine to a car for
do
his
you have a
watch.
set, or is that
I,
the person? Did you purchase a set, or is that the cursed set you didn't take off your list? Okay, just making sure.
I don't know. At this point in time, I think he might want to curse me.
I don't know. Maybe wait till he shoots you a couple more times.
maybe with the goggles it'll be better.
Doubtful.
Okay. As y'all are walking down the road the next day, you notice that there is a large deer laying dead in the road.
I want to see what killed it, how it died.
It's very hard to tell because it has been about 2/3 eaten. The
I'd
only
say
thing you can
Can I
notice
see it?
is that the limbs have been ripped clean off of the corpse. And it looks like
Do
that
I know
happened
of,
before it died.
oof.
do I know of any animals that would do that?
No, nothing natural can do that.
Nothing natural.
As we're getting close, I want to look at the outskirts area, like where the edge of the forest is, see if this is some kind of weird trap or something.
A car. You
There's
look
anybody
around for
lying awake.
some tracks maybe.
All right, make a perception check, Tala, and make a perception or survival check, Car.
While they
That
do
was
that,
for
I'd
a
like
car.
to poke it. Oh,
I was asking a car if he would check for tracks.
Right, that's why he's doing survival while Hatala's doing perception.
But you said core do the check.
I said a car.
Yeah, he did say a car.
Ah, okay.
You may have heard core, but you know,
I'd like to poke it with a stick.
Okay.
I don't.
Don't poke it.
Hopefully,
Don't
we're not
poke
that
it.
close enough to the deer yet.
I mean, if they get a good enough idea of what's going on and can warn me in time not to poke it, then I will to that.
Like
but
you'd listen.
I'll attempt to.
You'll
I'm
attempt to
gonna
listen.
walk.
Survival core.
I'm gonna walk.
Car.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate my tracker's goggles.
Okay.
Can I go ahead and click rest for the night?
Not yet. This is the middle of the day still.
Oh,
Oh, but for last night, yes,
For last
everyone
night.
can rest for the night. Yeah, Winky, you might want to click rest for the night, because that'll give you some more hit
Where is
points
it?
back.
Where's rest for the night?
If not, I can do it
Yeah.
for you if you don't have it on your screen.
I don't.
You have
On
to
the
drag it
bottom?
to your
Hold
phone.
on.
there's like a moon with some
Oh.
Z's over it.
He may not
Where
have
is
it
it?
dragged on his bar.
Okay.
How do I get it on my bar?
I ran it for you.
Okay.
I don't know what that noise was a second ago, but it sounded just like an egg hatching in the ark.
Gonna have to go
You're
and print
delusional.
some stuff there.
Got
That-
art from the brain.
Imprinting in 23 minutes.
All right. Now, Atala, you do not see any signs of anything watching us, and you do not get the feeling that you're being watched. A car, you can find tracks. It looks like a group of wolves came upon this beast and chased it down.
I'll relay that to the group.
Gotta do anything else with the corpse?
Eve, do
I
you think
wanna
you
walk
could
up to
inspect this corpse? See if there's any information you can garner from it.
I mean, it looks like those wolves just tore it apart. I don't.
It's not
Is
in.
that,
I mean, I guess I can look at it, but I
Can
don't
we
see why.
make sure it didn't get infected? I know it's dead, but I don't know.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah, I can take a look at it, I guess.
Yeah, so far you have not found any infection to do with undeath.
It looks like a corpse. That
Yeah, you can't really tell anything from it. This is just an ordinary deer that got eaten by something unordinary.
It's just, when do we come across anything ordinary?
we don't. So
Yeah.
just keep going.
Mark this down in the journal. Saw an ordinary deer. That was different.
All right, y'all make it through the rest of the day with no problem and find a spot to camp. Based on the map you've got, you're about half a day's travel from the next town, which is the last town in the Middle Kingdom before getting to the river crossing and going into the Northern Kingdom.
All right.
Y'all managed to sleep through the night without anything going on. Y'all can all click rest for the night again.
Can someone help me drag that to my screen?
We should have asked Eve to try to heal before
Shut the door.
bedtime.
You're almost full power anyway.
Yep, almost there.
Let's see. Let me find where that macro lives.
Lives.
And then I'll tell you where to go, Winky.
Okay.
I'm not sure which macro this is hidden in. There's only 500 things that say macros. Let's look at the one that says Pathfinder. There it is. All right, Winky. Go to the
Yes.
little one that looks like a scroll that says the compendium.
Okay.
On the sidebar and scroll down to where you see macros. And there should be dozens of things down there.
I see it.
All right, there's one that says FVTT Community Pathfinder. It's the first one that says that. And if you click on it, it should pop up a window with a bunch of different macros in it. You got that window popped up?
It's a FVTT Community Macro Pathfinder.
Correct. There should be two of them. Click the first one. And the first thing you should see is like action climb. Do you see that? Have you clicked the FTT Pathfinder
Yeah,
thing?
I see it. I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you scroll down, when you get to the R's, you'll see rest for the night. Drag it to your little bar down below.
I did it.
All right, now click that and it'll rest you for the night.
Type Eric.
Is that macro broken? Oh, let me check. Let me check the second one since there's two of them. Maybe the second one works. Actually, it may not work.
It did.
There's one towards the bottom that says PF2E macros, and that has
Uh,
a rest for the night that has the moon and
Yeah,
keys over it.
that
Okay.
one works. Yeah, that one works. I just tested it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's the one that's got the XP, treat wounds, and all the. That's the ones I've been using. Yeah. Sorry, that was the wrong one. Down near the bottom, it says PF2E macros. See that, Elijah?
I already did it. I already
Alright.
did it.
And can you? Yeah, there you go. All right. All right. So what were we doing? Y'all rested the night without anything happening for the first time.
Do you have the map screen?
I do. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm noticing a problem. Aw. Let me try this. You have to excuse me for a second. The date has not been going up like it's supposed to.
Hmm.
Normally, when I click Advance to Dawn, it makes the day go up as well. Okay, so excuse me a second. I have to advance the day twice because it didn't do it. All right, there we go. So it is dawn now. Everyone is rested. And in the distance, you can see the signs of the town. Y'all head out.
Yes. Onward.
Right. Y'all make it uneventfully to the town. And did you want to be on the map?
Yeah, I was just gonna show. It's for the stream.
You can just go there.
Which one is it?
World map.
I have home and tree basement available to me.
And random fight.
All right, hold on. Let me turn the world. I know that's an option to turn the world map into. Y'all can just go there
Okay.
because that's better. The world map anyone should be able to go to whenever they want. Ah, there we go. It was set to GM only.
Sweet.
That is it.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. You have just made it into Arvindale.
Arvindale.
It is smaller than most of the main cities that are in the Central Kingdom because it's on the border, but it's still a city. And you notice the city has, like all the others in this kingdom, the walls are shut and they're not letting people in, but you do see a lot of traffic on the riverside.
How much money did we find?
We have a total of 5,100 gold.
How thick are the city walls?
Standard city walls, 15 feet thick.
It's only 3 charges that wand I've got.
Yeah, and then the thousands of guards will murder you.
I can put it back.
Okay.
You won't because you'll be dead.
Well, if they don't kill me, I can fix it.
Well, he'll be screaming that as they're attacking him. I can put it back. I can put it back.
They're yelling, but I can put my sword back into your belly.
At this town, you do notice that the guards appear to be in heavier armor than the ones you've seen down south.
Okay. Does it look like there's
And
any?
all of them are a lot. They're never in groups smaller than 5, and all of them have their weapons out and they're armored up.
Cute.
All right. All right. Talking with the crew real quick. Do we want to try to talk to them and see if we can get some info from them as far as happenings around here?
Yes, because just the factor of how they're dressed and set and everything is concerning.
Gotcha.
Be
Also-
careful because their stances. It seems like their threat level is high. They may perceive us as a threat. So
I
Okay.
got it. I'll go do it.
Whoop. Nope.
Nope.
Take
no,
out
you
some.
go,
Take out some
go,
bolos.
go sit in the cart. Go sit in the cart.
Before we do that, also, do we want to try to look around for some merchants? I know I need some potency rune and whatever the other striking, whatever the rune materials are for the recipes, and maybe someone possibly to identify this armor. How does that sound?
That was good.
That sounds good for this.
But I'd like to take a quick look at that armor though, if you don't mind.
All right, you go for it. I'll go approach the guards slowly.
So you
Okay.
approach one of the groups of guards.
Yes. I do want to stop far enough back though.
So, he's planning on yelling something out when you're about 5 feet away from him, so that's probably a good idea.
All right, Akar, you are fairly certain that this is actually a breastplate of command.
Yeah, cool. So I'm pretty sure this is a breastplate.
Are you yelling that to me from as I stand in front of the...
Yeah,
You should just
no,
run up to him,
no.
like holding it, and like slip it over.
No,
him and
I look up and I'm saying it as I look up. It's like, oh. Okay. I'll let him know.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, basically it helps you to remove fear from your allies.
Nice.
It is nice. We've been getting scared a lot lately.
All right. So, how are you exactly approaching, or what are you going to say, Kor?
All right, so I'm kind of approaching with my hands kind of outstretched aside so they see I'm not armed or anything, but I just want to say greetings. We're new to the area and wanted to get an update on the situation here.
We don't have time to help you with much, but if you need any help, the best bet's to go to the dock sides.
Copy that. Thank you.
There's a lot more merchants, and there's a lot more people that are willing to talk, but city's off limits to anyone who doesn't live here.
A lot of attacks.
Nighttime has been a bit of a problem. A lot of creatures that seem to have some kind of effect. We've lost most of our hunters.
Yes. All right. Yeah, we just came across some wolves about half a day from south of here.
Yes, there's a large pack somewhere in the area. At least 30 or 40 of them. Most of them seem to be enhanced in a strange way.
Yes.
And the
Right.
pack gets bigger every couple of days.
Right. That all was probably... Did you have any run-ins with the cultists from a while back?
We kicked a bunch of them out a while back before the walls were shut.
Alright.
We did have a few run-ins back before any of this plague started, but they mostly crossed the river and left.
Okay. So I'll tie to them up. I'm sure the has a king guard been through? We've been talking with them down south.
We can't talk to you about that.
That's fine. Just try to get as much information from them as you can. Alright, we're going to the docks. Thanks for the info.
Stay safe.
And then I leave and go fill that group in. And then suggest we head to the docks. What you got there, Car? Did you figure it out?
breastplate, man. The breastplate.
You're still muted.
Forgot about that. Yeah, it's a breastplate of command that's able to the wearer can remove fear from allies.
Oh, that's cool. Is it cursed?
I didn't check that part.
Okay. I keep putting on cursed items, so I'm getting a little gun shy.
No, you're wearing plate armor, which is better than breastplate.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, pretty much everyone who wears heavy armor is wearing better armor.
Sounds like time to sell.
I don't know. What are you wearing there, Druid?
He can't wear metal.
Anything. I'm not wearing anything. Y'all haven't known this whole time. I've just been like beard and bear.
It's just a. There's always been this one big rock right in front of your. Like, oh.
The family stone. Yes.
The family
He
stone.
can't wear metal armor.
Okay. Something maybe we could look into for you. We had that ironwood. Maybe that'll help you out.
And there's a magical kind of wood everyone knows of that's used for making armor. Dark wood.
Yeah. And a car, you might be a. I don't know what you wear. I like the.
Wearing clothing.
Yeah, I'm wearing clothing. No, I have a scale mail.
Okay.
You head to the dock side?
Yes.
All right, on the dock side of town, you notice that they have set up improvised palisade walls around it and a couple of gates so that the up to the river is guarded. And they have, it looks like, impromptu groups of free people guarding the gates. City guards aren't doing the guarding here. You do see them patrol through every now and then, but for the most part, this is the free merchants protecting themselves.
Okay.
Should we divide into 2 groups of 3 and try and infiltrate the guards?
We could just go say hi.
Oh, come on.
All right.
Where's your sense of adventure?
We're split into 2 groups. You go in one group. We'll go in the other.
No, 2 groups of 3.
Okay.
You trust me to be in a group with Winky and, I don't know, a car?
You guys did great that one time.
I would balance the intelligence out a little bit, but, I'm not the leader.
What is our... I just want to ask, what is our goal?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You're heading this plan up, so you tell me the goal of this. I was just going to go say hi and try to find some merchants.
All right, let's do that.
Well, I wanted to find out the rest of your plan, bud.
There is no plan.
I wanted to give you this chance, this opportunity.
Nope.
He just wants to cause problems.
It's 100% impromptu. I have no agenda.
I think your agenda is just causing problems.
Well,
is that your agenda?
Maybe.
Just trying to figure you out.
Okay. So, y'all approach the guards at the gate, and most of them don't seem to be paying any attention to y'all at all.
Go right on in.
Man, Core, these guys don't. You need to train them a little bit.
We don't have
and
the
you
time.
do notice that one of the guys has a piece of paper, and it is noting down on it as y'all enter.
Okay. Is that the tally records?
You asking that?
Yes.
He goes, "Oh, just making sure we don't have people disappear."
Has that been a problem?
Before we put up the palisade.
Okay.
Like snatched, disappeared, or wandered off, disappeared.
Just find a pile of blood.
Considering the palisade stopped it from happening.
Okay.
Well, I mean, was there evidence of people being drug off, or is it just that you woke up in the morning and they weren't there?
Woke up in the morning and they weren't there. Too much fresh snow to make any real tracks. The snows have been extremely heavy this year. Even reports of creatures from the frozen north moving down much further south than they normally do.
Is it getting colder here?
That's what he just said.
Based on the time of year, it's actually a lot colder than you would expect.
Has there been a lot of problems with the stone giants or the?
The
Frost.
Stonians? We haven't heard from them in a while.
Okay.
Normally, we'd have someone going out to trade with them every now and then, but one of the traders from up north coming down to trade some goods, but we haven't had a trader from the north in a while either.
Okay.
And most of those here don't want to go to the north anymore. They said bad things about it.
Can you read Jotun?
No. But there's probably someone in town who could, but not that that'll help you.
Are we not permitted, or?
No. That's why we're out here trying to stay safe, because this is the best spot to trade between the northern and southern kingdoms. And we're hoping for spring so that we can go back to the north again. Or some people are heading down the river or up the river, depending on which way they're headed, because this is basically the inland hub of commerce in the southern kingdom, especially between the northern kingdom, southern kingdom, and the rest of the world.
Okay.
The port cities, they have a lot of stuff, but this is for usually people who don't want to go through a port city, if you catch my drift.
Drifted, catch, caught.
I don't catch your drift. What are you talking about?
We all ignore him.
He doesn't even respond to you.
Fine, I'll just go find a guard and ask them.
This is the guards.
Oh.
we haven't left the gate.
We were not permitted entry. We were
I think
talking to guards on the outside of the
He was
gate.
talking about the city that we're not permitted, right? We can go into this area, the docks
Yeah,
area, right?
y'all were just walking in.
He was talking about the city.
I just don't like being told I can't go places.
You cannot go talk to these merchants.
Well, then I'm gonna go talk to these merchants. Let's do it.
All right.
All right. So y'all are now in the camp. You see there are a few small boats and a few boats that have been modified to have a large metal tip on the front.
Can we tell what that tip does?
Icebreakers.
None of y'all know that, though.
Oh.
Hatala can make an engineering check. Hatala's best guess is it keeps the lumps of ice in the water from causing damage to the front of the ship.
Thank you, Hatala.
And for less nefarious purposes, it could also be used to ram into other boats.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice in the river itself, the southern side of the river is flowing freely, but the northern side is starting to. It looks like either it's starting to freeze, or maybe the freeze is backing off. But you can see large bits of ice on the northern side of the river.
Okay.
And here, there's a light dusting of snow, but on the northern side of the river, it looks like there's heaps of snow.
Hey, Winky. Do you want to build a snowman?
No.
Or when you're looking for the stuff, I need my. Hold on.
Let's make a quick list. I know we need ingredients for a potency rune, for a striking rune. I think we have the formula for cold. Is that right?
Um, crafting. We have returning, striking, disrupting, cold, and wounding.
Okay.
And then armor runes, we have +1 potency, ready, and resilience.
What are the two runes? I have that Mastercraft hatchet. It's a... I can't remember the types though.
What do you mean?
The two basic. There's one that's like gives you like a +1, and there's another one that you actually put the like the fire.
Striking and there's
Potency
a
and
striking
strike.
and there's potency.
Okay.
One of them increases your chance to hit. One of them increases the amount of damage that it does.
The
Right.
number of damage.
Which I need a striking rune for my sling staff, and I'd like to get something else on it too. I'm not sure exactly what yet. So, but I need to improve its ability to hit, or no, its ability to hurt. Striking is the damage; it adds a die.
Yep.
We can we can see if they have any runes out here. Oh, we haven't even been able to. Well, maybe we should just see if we have some people that sell stuff first. Then we can see what they have available.
Well, I'm just letting you know what I'm
That's
looking
cool.
for, because I want, but I'd like my mace to be a little more helpful too, but my sling staff may be beneficial enough when it comes to that.
Okay. There are lots of merchants because there are multiple merchant caravans parked here waiting for spring.
Okay. Can we, I guess, ask around to see who has what?
You can make a diplomacy check to find someone,
All right, let me.
or society.
I'm gonna go to the home screen.
All right, you find a merchant who has a lot more magical materials and goods.
Okay, we'll give him. Tyler, did you need a potency also, or just the striking?
I already have a potency on it.
All right.
I just need a striking rune, but if possible, I'd like to get something else on it.
All right.
That might be, maybe fire would be good, but.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. We're looking for some rune materials, and also to see what kind of runes you might have available for weapons.
Yes, runes. I have a decent selection. A few that are interesting.
Okay.
Anything specific you're looking for?
Specifically, something damaging. I don't know if you have corrosive, or thundering, or flame, or something violent.
Let's see.
Y'all, everybody left the house. It's so quiet right now.
We noticed.
Hiking unit.
Yeah.
And guys, feel free to speak up if you want something while we're here shopping, because we're about to get into the North Country.
I
And it's
want
gonna
one
be.
of those belts.
Hey, and if nobody wants that armor piece,
We'll sell it.
we might sell it to this guy.
You know, I might be able to way I could
Or rather, not that
add
nobody
it.
wants it, but
Nobody can
that
use
if
it.
Yeah, if I can't
that
if
nobody
I
can
can't
use
sub
it.
my stuff out, then I'm good.
Charles, is there a way I could combine that?
No, you can't combine it. It's a specific magic item.
Yeah, it's not runes that give it the power. It has the power. It's the bait with the power.
What?
I thought that Kylie would have got a reaction to that one, but I guess not.
I sang it in my head.
Oh, okay.
Am I? Would I be able to use it to do? That's not a chest plate.
You can't
Or is
use
it
it
stuck
for
the way
anything.
it is?
It's a set of item. It's an item you can use as it is, or you can get rid of it.
Yeah, I say we
Get rid of
sell
it.
this guy. Or
So
trade,
let's ask
however
this guy
he
if
wants to
he
do
has
it.
those belts.
He tells you that he has a couple of disrupting runes. He even has one holy rune. And he has a couple shock and thundering.
Isn't that the same thing?
No,
No.
one is electricity and one is sound. Two totally different things.
But how does it sound? Do any?
He says to the guy with the headache.
Sound can destroy anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude,
Any of
I'd
those?
be okay with
Potion.
thundering on my thing. Does he have any? Do you have any? What is that? Potency?
Oh,
Striking.
the basic runes? Yes. We have plenty of them.
I'd like a. I think I'd like a striking, and honestly, thundering sounds like an interesting addition.
Okay.
What?
Would you prefer regular or greater striking?
Wait, how much gold do we have?
5,100.
Oh man. If we
Um,
can get 900 more gold pieces, I have
Greater
a
if we
suggestion.
can, but I don't know how much that's gonna do us here.
Just ask him.
Well, greater is a level 12. So no one can install it.
Well, then I wouldn't be stupid enough to buy it. Since I can do magical crafting, I'd be like, well, I can't. Okay, I can't work with greater quite yet, so I think I'm gonna need to get the regular.
Okay. Yeah, he has plenty of those, and they're for the asking price.
All
It's
right.
not a, there's not an airship craftsman here in town, is there?
No, airships
Being
don't
a-
exist.
Yeah, they don't exist at this time period. They existed in the past.
Oh,
We
All right. Thundering.
is that what 65 gold?
65 gold for striking.
And I need a striking as well, so that's ×2.
And thundering is 500.
I'll grab the shock one then.
so are we gonna have to travel by boat? Do y'all think?
No, we're just gonna cross the river. Or well, they might have a boat that takes us upstream, but we'll have to ask around.
You said you're getting a shock.
Yeah. So we had.
I do have one special rune.
Okay.
It's a corrosive rune.
Yes, please.
I like the sound of that. What?
If you'd like it, it'd be 600.
Okay.
Symbol switch it for the breastplate.
What's that? All right. It sounds interesting. Are you? We do have another item that we might like to trade in too. We'll show them the breastplate of command.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Mhm.
If he doesn't want it, I'll take it. I'll
Ah.
give you 800.
800. Okay. So we're at
Yeah.
430 being spent right now. Um,
All right. Did
do you have
you
a?
did
Do you
you
have a?
get the
I need a
Tor? Did you get lightning?
corrosive. I'm going corrosive.
Okay, so you're going with corrosive, not the other. All right. Just making sure I've got this.
Yep, corrosive.
Um,
We
I
need
might want to.
some basic potency as well.
What is the? How much is the holy?
Holy is an 11th level item.
Hmm.
And it's
I'd love
1400.
love to have that on my mace at some point.
Do you
Since
have?
since the holy water didn't really work out for me.
Yeah, and its effects are pretty good. Once per day, triggered when you critically succeed at attacking against an evil creature, you gain HP equal to double the evil creature's level.
No, that's definitely on the list.
The requirements are you are good.
I'm pretty sure I fulfill that.
I'm good.
Do you have the basic regents to make a potency rune?
I have potency runes. I don't carry supplies.
Okay. So how much for just a single rune?
Just the basic one?
Just the. What do you have? Well, I guess how much. What are we able to do? I'm not good with crafting.
Yeah, +2 is a level 10. So he has the +1 and the +2.
How much for each?
35 for the +1 and 935 for the +2.
I'll just take the regular for now. The +1 for now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 465 being spent. That's with selling the breastplate.
I'm sorry. What did you just purchase?
The basic potency, the +1 potency rune. It was 35 gold.
Okay. Anybody else need anything?
Are you looking for anything specific?
Do you have any rings or any
Yeah,
kind of
I was gonna ask about that. I had a Charles question.
also
Um,
sorry, let me throw
Good.
this out, a lifting belt. I believe our gnome was looking for a lifting belt if you had one.
Oh, lifting belts. Yes, we have lots of those.
Okay.
We make sure all of our porters use them so they don't have to worry about carrying the stuff around. They complain a lot without them.
Nice. How much for one of those?
Lifting belt, 80.
Okay.
Atala, are you dual wield or are you single wield rapier still?
I use one rapier and I hold a dagger in the other hand.
You should ask about. I heard about some things called doubling rings.
I have them. They're
Yeah.
nice.
They basically take the rune from one weapon and put it on the other weapon in your other hand.
For free.
Really?
So I can throw
So
my
your ordinary
rapier.
dagger would have the effect of your rapier, magic-wise.
So it would have wounding.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
And
only
whatever
thing I
else.
think the only thing it would do is add wounding to the dagger.
Or you could wear it on the dagger hand and put everything that's on your dagger on your rapier.
I mean the dagger are
So if
I
it,
could have different daggers with different stuff on them
Right.
and switch it out.
There's 2 rings. One's gold and one's iron. You put the gold ring on the hand that you want copied, and the iron ring on the hand that you want it to copy to.
I do like the idea of being able to have daggers with different runes in them and being able to put that on my rapier, like off
Mhm.
and on.
Because then you could just equip and change depending on the foe we're facing.
Yeah, I don't know if I need the rings until I get all the daggers set up, but
Well, we don't even know if he has a set.
yeah,
Too,
I'm
but
just
we might want to ask.
tell you what, I'm gonna note it down as a possible future thing.
There you go.
So you were asking about rings?
yes, rings or jewelry of any kind.
What are you looking for specifically?
I was curious to see what you had. Your friend just mentioned doubling rings. Do you have anything
Oh.
that can help with studying or staying up, extra rest, or I don't know if there's storing or.
I do have a set of the greater doubling rings. They're about 1,400.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
What are those?
I,
What's the difference in the levels? What is
The
being
greater doubling ring is level 11.
okay? So you wouldn't be able to
I-
use it yet.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, you can.
You can
You
use
can-
any level.
we
You
can
just
use
can
them. We just
make it.
can't.
Oh,
yeah,
I
we
can't make it.
Make it
Okay.
Hey, I'm
or,
gonna
whether we can afford it or
what-
not would be the question.
tug on
Charles.
Core's sleeve and say, "Hey, you should ask about some healer's gloves for Eve."
Okay. Yeah, do you have
Um,
any healer? What she didn't already have those.
Eve, you got any healer's gloves?
Do you have any healer's gloves or a ring of sustenance? I think is what it was called. You guys
She
also
does
want
not
to go?
have healer gloves.
Does not. We should put that on our list of things to look for. Those are pretty nice.
I'd like to get a third striking to add to my rapier to get a little more damage out of it as well.
What striking do I have?
60.
Okay, and rings. Yes, I do have a couple other rings too.
Okay.
I have a couple of these rings of resistance.
Okay.
I believe I have a fire resistance and a cold resistance.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what level. Hold on. He starts looking through a box of rings. Okay, I have a high or low.
For who?
Hi.
You ask, Core.
Oh, then high. Sure. We'll go with high. You led me wrong, Winky.
a ring of energy resistance cold. That's a standard ring, and then I have a ring of greater energy resistance fire.
All right. How much are those?
250 for the regular one and 1,000 for the higher one.
All right. Does it sound good to
1,000?
anyone? Do you guys want to pick up
It'd
the?
I mean, what was the fire one called?
Greater. There's a
Just
greater
a greater.
ring of fire resistance.
And as he looks at you, he goes, "I don't think any of you are wizards, are you?"
Well, we
Not-
do a little
I
little on
I
the
dabble
side.
in wizardry.
Yes.
Well, I do have one special item. I don't know if you could afford it. It's a bit expensive, but it
Mhm.
is a Ring of Wizardry, 3rd class.
And how much is?
I think I want that fire ring. I know it's 1,000 gold, but
You want that more than the
How
doubling?
mu-
I'm not jumping after doubling yet because there's a lot more work that would need to be done to make that work
Now,
as well as
here's a
it
here's a
could.
question I have. If you hold a weapon 2 hands, does that weapon get effect
No.
since
No,
you have the rings on?
it only works with 2 different weapons.
And you
And
can't just
the basic Ring of Doubling only doubles the plus and the striking. The greater one also doubles the runes on it as well.
So definitely later on stuff because I want it to double the runes as well for sure. Because I want to be able to switch out the dagger from anyway. So that's all later stuff.
Can you
That's
give
What
us a?
does what does the Ring of Wizardry do?
It makes you able to cast more wizardry spells. As long as you could do arcane casting.
Well, and how much is that?
It's 2,000.
Oh boy.
Ho 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 ho. Oh,
It's a
ho, ho.
really good ring.
Yes.
You know,
It
I'll get
grants
my
you a
credit card
+2
and
to Arcana checks and grants 2 3rd-level spell slots and 1 2nd-level spell slot.
Um, I don't even think I can do which ones.
You have to be able to do 3rd-level spells to get the extra slots.
you know,
But you
Eve
will
might be able to
eventually.
use it.
Yeah, I will eventually, but I don't have access to that yet.
But you do have 2nd-level spell slots.
Yes, I do.
You would get a bonus of that right away.
Honestly, guys, that's a lot of dough.
What else are we gonna spend it on?
Well,
You just got it for free from a giant.
that's true. It's if we'd have found it by the giant, would any of have been upset and we didn't get that much money?
no.
Sir, do you have anything for Rangers to increase their accuracy?
Maybe a pair of glasses.
Practice, which usually works.
Maybe
All right,
Now-
I'm getting the ring of wizardry.
All right.
So type 3 Ring of Wizardry. That's a big one, so let me drag that one to your spell sheet, to your sheet there.
I kind of want
That
Yes,
means I'm gonna have to look over spells. Because I'm gonna have to add stuff to it because I don't even have enough spells to put into that right now.
Hey, can I have another strike? Set
2,000.
Yeah. What do you want to put it on, bud?
my hammer.
You can't put another striking, you have to get the next level of striking.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
no one can do
thought-
that yet.
Now we could put thundering or something like that on there.
Well, he's already
I
got.
already have shot.
Yeah, he has
Oh,
shot.
I thought his shock was from his ability.
No, I have the hammer.
Oh, cool. We already did that then.
Yep.
All right. So we have
What
about.
about arm?
Is it armor?
Yeah, is it?
There
Now,
are runes.
I
There
would-
are runes for armor.
I would say that we have around 1,470 or so left, and we may want to hold on to it for like leveling up purposes. For
Yeah.
Or if we needed transportation.
yeah, true.
Derek, you actually have a 3rd-level spell listed.
A 3rd level?
Oh no, sorry, that is your. Sorry, never
Is
mind.
that
thought
the
that
is
was
that the
my-
lightning?
There are 3 levels there, but one of them is cantrip.
Yeah, no, it's just the way they were arranged. I was reading it wrong.
I gotcha.
You want a wave?
He doesn't think he has anything that can really help you with that.
Any?
Mr. Ranger.
Yes.
Were we gonna get
Does anyone want
the gloves, the healing gloves or
They
whatever?
didn't have it.
Oh.
Does anyone want the cold energy? It came in really handy for
Yeah.
me previously.
Are you talking about the ring, the
Mm-hmm.
resistance? I mean, it could be very beneficial as we head
I
into
mean, I don't
this.
mind another couple hundred, but the 1,000 more would be just gonna be tough.
How much was the cold ring?
It's like 250.
We might want to just get everybody one of those.
That's
It's not a bad idea.
Does he have that many?
Maybe. Does
Yeah,
he?
Derek, as soon as you go up one more level, you get the next third level spells.
Well, then that's when I'll have a list then, I guess, at that
Because
point.
you're only... Oh, I have to give everyone the experience, the 120.
Do we all level up?
No.
No, we're a couple of.
Y'all are just shy, like 40, 20 shy or something like that.
Let's go find those wolves and kill them. Or can we just slaughter some innocent merchants in the...
Oof.
Elbow
All
in
right,
the tummy.
you're banned from talking. You don't make any decisions anymore. You're starting to scare me.
He is that guy. Something ain't right.
Well, Eve is further away because she was out one of the games. She's about 80 XP behind everyone else. Except for
About a
Carl.
whole level behind everybody.
Well, you get the same, you're finally at the same level, but you only have 120 experience or 240 into the next level, and they've
Yeah.
got 900, so they're about to go to the next one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just so you guys know, we can't do a ring for everybody, because that'd be 1,500 gold, and we don't even have that much.
Particularly, I don't really need one.
And he only has 2 of the cold rings.
Yeah.
well then let's buy both of those and divvy it up
Okay.
because it's going to be a beneficial thing.
All right. So 500. That puts us at 4,030 gold right now, being spent.
I mean, I think
That
that sounds.
that includes selling the breastplate. So
Yeah.
that leaves us with like 970 or so. We good with that?
Charles, I have a question about my armor.
Yes.
The +1 invisibility, is that a additive to stealth rolls, or what is that?
No, that is a invisibility rune. That means
It's
once per day you can go invisible
Oh, okay. I've
for a few
not
minutes.
been using that.
No,
Do you
for a few minutes, once per day, you can go invisible. Patala has the same rune on her armor, and she's done it a couple times.
Okay.
Car, do you need anything for your chicken?
I don't think he can use anything at the moment. I'd like to get him some armor, but I don't think he's big enough yet.
The merchant's like an armored chicken.
Yeah, man.
You're probably going to have Winky make that for you. I don't think you're going to be able to find someone who will sell you Velociraptor armor to put on your pet chicken.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't
Alright.
feel like I'm getting the same numbers as you will.
All right, you have the lifting belt for 80,
Uh-huh.
thundering for 500,
Uh-huh.
striking times 3, each 65.
Uh-huh.
Corrosive is 600.
Uh-huh.
Potency was 35.
Yep.
We've got two of the cold energies, so that'd be 500 because they're 250 apiece.
Right.
Ring of Wizardry, third class, I think was 3,000.
2,000.
It was 2,000. Okay,
That explains the difference.
there we go.
Because I was like, we have 1,000 more gold than you're talking about.
Yay! I like it when math works in your favor. We have
I'm like
more
sitting
money.
there, I cannot tell you how many times I've done the math over here to try and get his number.
That's why we both do it. Anybody else do the math too? Keeping track? No, no one. Just
Peyton's just
we're
trying to
gonna
get
put 1,000 out to the
somebody's
wind.
nerves. It's like, how can I piss off the merchant, the guard, anybody?
I'm
I'm
trying to
bored
think
already.
of something. I'm trying to think
I
of
want to
something
cause
that-
chaos.
I'm over here trying to think of something that I can get that would be useful.
I'll whisper.
They're
This
racking my
is
brain.
what like you need a magic item that lets you disintegrate an arrow that you shot. Like once a day, as the arrow
it's
flies,
going to
like
fly.
you can go, that one gets disintegrated and it doesn't actually hit its target.
Once
That
per
would
day,
be
first time on
really
the last
cool.
Arrow.
I'm gonna take the merchant to the side and kind of whisper something to him for a car. See if I can't help a car out.
So I was like, well, maybe I'll get a rune of wounding and put it on my bow, but then I'm like, no, that's probably not a good idea either.
Because then your teammates are
It's
bleeding
like there's a
out.
possibility that I'm gonna hit one of my allies, so it's like,
That's the time you roll high on your wounding too. Always a 6. Then when it's on an enemy, it's always a 1.
Hey man, when it rains, it pours.
Pours blood.
Okay, thank you, hun.
The merchant laughs and is like, "No, no,
No, I was really trying to help
I'm
him.
sorry, but no." As amusing as that would be.
Sorry, car. Just can't help you this time.
Yeah, that puts us at 1,990 left. Yeah.
So what do I do now? We're gonna say after the trading and traveling here, it's about 3 p.m.
We need to track down something else, don't we?
Well, we came north. We heard of an entire band of Kingsmen being taken out, and the cultists were making much more activity up here. This was part of the main reason we were coming up here. We were trying to
I guess we
head
could
them
ask
off.
around to see if before we leave this merchant, we could ask him. Sir, can you speak Jotun, or do you know any merchants here that might be able to speak Jotun?
They need to be
No.
able to read it.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
that I know of. I mean, probably someone in town does, but not like that does any good. Your
Okay.
best bet would be the Northern Kingdom. They deal a lot more with the Stonies.
Gotcha.
Ah, shoot. I was supposed to still be working on jewelry for the giants. I forgot to do any of that.
Any do you know of any merchants heading north or desiring to go north looking for an escort?
No, they're not going until spring.
Okay.
Hoping some of these beasties will disappear when the weather warms up.
Do you know of any barge that we can get passage across the river or
I
any...
believe there's still a ferry that runs.
Okay.
There's the cheap ferry that'll just take you across the river, and then there's the ferry that will take you closest to Gariskar. There's also one that takes you down to the ocean at Grey Rock.
Hmm.
Technically, it's less of a ferry and more of a boat ride, but you get the drift.
Hehe, badumtsh. Alright, well thank you for the info. And thank you for the items.
Always happy to sell.
Alrighty guys, which would you guys want to do? Just cross and hoof it by foot? You want to take a... We had talked about going to this area, right? What was the name of that town at 42?
Gariskar.
Ariskar.
Gariskar.
Gariskar. So do you guys want to...
But yeah, that is right. We were gonna head to 42 because it's the answer to everything. All right, who wants to hold on to these rings of resistance? Who wants one at the moment? Like,
I'll
I
take
mean,
one.
right? I would say Winky having one and Core having one is probably going to be our best bet for now.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Frontline
Oh
fighters.
man, I should have asked him if he had a ring of Ram. The Ram's ring was cool.
Y'all
You
have
could go-
one.
Yeah, you could
Well,
go
we-
to Kairos and rip it off his finger.
Cool. I'm gonna put down a note to go track down Kairos when we have forever and a day to go do that.
So do you want to give one to Winky and one to Core?
Yes.
Alright, hold on a second.
What about our other frontline fighter, Eve?
She's OP already, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Whew.
I have heard of a bow that
Heard of a bow that what?
I'd like to keep my eye out for if we ever find it. It's called the Oath Bow. But
I'll be-
me being a half elf, I was never able to get my hands on one because I hear it's made by elves and they're very privy to those types of things.
All the oboes were destroyed during the Bard Wars.
All the Oath bows?
He said oath bow, but
Oh, I
okay.
thought you said oboe.
No, Oath Bow.
Y'all are freaking Kylie out right now because in our D&D game, the enemy that they came across uses an oath bow.
I'd say it'd be
Yeah,
more
who's-
impressive. Good.
She's Psycho, okay? Psycho.
The girl in the other game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think an oboe might be scarier.
Especially if it could do what that does.
Just shoot out arrows.
You just Squidward comes out.
All right, that's a clarinet, but I see the confusion. It's okay.
I mean,
It's also a win-win.
I went more of a like silly connection to it, but you know, clarinet and oboe are so similar.
They're both
Yeah.
woodwinds.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are. Yeah, I was like, why is he talking about woodwinds like it's not one?
yeah. I said they're both the woodwinds, but
I
mean,
dated a girl that played the oboe, so
Oh.
yeah. Not that that has anything to do with anything, but I only dated like 3 girls my whole life.
Bards are extinct.
So the fact that there was one that played an oboe,
I didn't like playing woodwinds because I didn't like having to keep the reed. So
All right. I updated your damage resistances for both Core and Winky. So it should automatically apply your cold resistance. In theory.
Thank you.
Okay, so are y'all going to take the boat to Gariskar or just take the ferry across?
boat trip, boat trip, boat trip, boat
We
trip.
want to ask for the prices first. Let's track down the ferries and see what the prices are for both.
Okay.
Are the ferries operated by ferries?
No.
Oh,
You come to the dock area where the actual boats are, and you can see that they have several captains basically sitting there waiting for people who want to cross. And based on talking to a couple different ones, it looks like the average cost is about 10 gold to just cross the ferry here, and about 25 gold to go straight to Gariskar.
I'm good with
Is
just
that a
crossing.
per person thing?
It'd be 2 days travel if you just cross. And then if you take the boat there, it takes a day to get there without any traveling.
I'm still with just crossing. And did you say that was total or is that per
Total.
person?
That's the total.
Okay.
For your party. And your cargo.
When you say just crossing, Core, are you meaning huff it, or you meaning use the
Yeah,
boat?
just go across the river and then walk upstream.
Well, I mean, if you think that's fine, I'll go with that. But
I mean, we can do the boat trip too. Whichever. So I'll be quiet. You guys decide.
silence ensues.
Which direction are we going?
That way.
North
The 17 or 3? That way.
42.
Well, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, it'll be 2 days walking or no days and you're there with the boat.
I mean, there is a bit of urgency here, Core.
Okay. Like I said,
And we have the coin.
I say boat.
I mean, it was free coin.
The person who knows the most about the water says boat. So now,
I mean, she's got my vote for the boat.
The boat vote wins.
to the boat.
All right. The captain says he'll leave first thing in the morning and y'all will get there before the end of the day tomorrow.
Okay. We'll find us a little camping spot and do our
how many
regular
of
watch.
these runes can I attach?
It'll take you a full day's work to attach a room.
Can he do it while riding the boat?
No. You have to have a workshop, basically.
Gotcha.
Winky, would you be interested in going back to the Oh, we have blacksmiths there, don't they? Can they put
Yes.
runes on?
We have people that we can pay too. Like we've got a whole thing set up at the tree to get this
Yeah.
done.
You'll have a bunch of people who'll do that stuff.
Yeah. Like we
Part of their
definitely
job.
could get it done. I was just curious if I can, but if we send it all back, I can just work on jewelry for the giants again.
I mean, I want to get my hatchets
back
up and
on that.
running too, so get one hatchet, the masterwork hatchet that was made from the mace that has that's basically the red material. I want the flaming rune on, and then the corrosive rune on the hatchet that I have with the
You're gonna-
striking.
You're
already.
putting a flaming rune on something that has flaming already? What's that
Yes.
gonna do?
It gives it a flaming rune, the 1d6, and might be able to light people on fire. The red metal basically just gives me a +1 to damage.
+1 fire damage.
Oh, okay, so it'll always get it 1 fire damage,
Yeah,
but then
so
it'll
it's
get
just
a roll
just
for it as well.
makes all the fire damage a little bit better.
Okay, then that's probably smart because if you don't want to attack with fire, then you don't use that one weapon.
Yep.
So, do we want to note down what's getting what? Your hatchet.
All right, so the hatchet, I have a hatchet that already has the striking and potency rune stuff on it. That just needs the corrosive put on it. The masterwork one that Winky made for me is getting. It still needs the potency rune, the striking rune, and the flaming rune.
Okay, so it's getting 3 runes attached to it.
Yeah.
Right.
That'll be 3 days' work.
Yep.
Especially since they have to be applied in order.
Mhm.
And then your other hatchet.
It was just corrosive. It has all the other stuff already.
All right, my sling staff is getting, I think, 2 runes. Striking and thundering.
Hmm.
And then my rapier is getting a striking. Was there any?
The Viper didn't already have striking. I thought it did.
Well, from what I can tell, hold on. We can do a quick check.
Yeah, it says striking.
Your raping. Your rapier is a +1 striking wounding.
Anybody need a striking rune on their thing, or I can put it on. Maybe I can put it on my dagger.
Or you can put it on your mace since it already is +1.
Yeah, it'll go on the. Yeah, well, I'll put it on the mace.
Oh, I didn't realize you already had a Ring of Wizardry Type 1.
No, I didn't. That was the cursed one.
Oh,
It just never got taken off the sheet.
then I'll delete it.
Yeah, that was.
Also, I think I saw on my sheet, I think I had the deflection bracers. Those went to a car, but they ended up showing up on mine again.
All right, and then okay, we already got that figured out.
So
We got 3
bracers,
striking.
missile.
And Winky has a lifting belt.
You remove them from you, bracers.
Yes, remove them from me. A car should be the one that has
They
them.
already are in the cars.
Okay, yes, remove them from me. I guess I
Okay.
could have deleted them. I just wanted to make sure.
And Winky gets his lifting belt, which is again hilarious. The tiny gnome that can carry giant objects like they weigh nothing.
All right, yeah, that covers everything. So 3 days of work for the masterwork, or master whatever hatchet. 1 day of work for the other hatchet. 2 days of work for the sling staff. 1 day for the mace.
Does it make it easier for me to carry my?
You keep cutting out for like a second. I can't ever hear the last thing you're saying.
Okay.
Payton. Don't yawn.
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
yeah, what?
I was up at 5 o'clock this morning to do a radio remote and didn't get to bed until like 2 this morning. So,
I woke up at 2 because the dogs barked.
yep.
I woke up at 6.
I'm not gonna comment on me being awake.
I finally
Because you
slept
played
in.
hard.
You
No,
guys,
Will got on the other day and played Midnight in Montgomery.
yeah, you probably
got
see
on
it
at
in the
midnight.
chat
I saw
log.
it. Yeah.
He comes in and he's like, "Look, there's the lone guy." Or I can't remember exactly what he says. And then that music starts
This
playing. And I
goes-
just laughing
This
my
goes
head
out to
off.
my bud, my friend
Yeah.
that stays up way too late playing things. Right as it
Alright.
was queuing in.
Wait, what were you playing?
Midnight
You-
Montgomery.
Find a camping spot that's close to the palisade walls.
Okay,
Because no one wants to camp there.
sounds good.
Mm.
Car, you want to go ahead and make sure those are fortified good and there's no holes?
Hey, grocery.
Sure.
Get them.
No,
Help us get them then.
I'm playing.
I don't care.
Oh, why'd you mute? Okay.
Whoa. Remember when
Okay.
they had
Fair.
remember when they had that one extra kid and he disappeared?
All right. Did I do any special preparations for the night?
I want to work on the jewelry I've been working on for the giants.
All right, make your roll.
Oh, that 20 like was there for a second and then it rolled over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pray.
All right.
I'll just do some reading.
All right. You'll make it through the night without anything major going wrong.
Alright.
In the morning, the wind is blowing warmer from the ocean today. So the ice is breaking up a bit and flowing around a little bit more, and the boat y'all selected does have the metal piece on the front.
Ready.
Mhm.
Anything else, or we just want to get underway?
I say head on.
Okay. Y'all managed to make it about halfway there when the amount of ice in front of y'all has gotten really heavy, and you notice the boat is starting to bang into the ice.
I'd like to see if I can heat up that piece of metal at the front using my.
Before you get a chance to do anything, the captain's like, "What the heck do you think you're doing? It's the reason we have the piece of metal. It breaks through ice."
Yeah,
I told
but if
you
it
that
was hot,
before, man.
it would
Yeah,
be
on a
even better.
wooden boat.
I'm not gonna burn it.
How do you know what you're gonna do? Have you ever done it before?
Yeah, all the time.
Don't believe you at
Stay
all.
away from the front of the boat, dwarf. I know you don't like water, but that doesn't mean you need to be afraid of it and try to set it on fire.
Fine, we'll go hang out on the poop deck. Now I'm
You're within visual range of the town, and you can see on the northern side several large quadrupeds moving along. It looks like a group of reindeer.
Santa Claus.
Can we? I want to look specifically for any additional appendages.
Make a
That's
perception
what I
roll.
was gonna do too.
Anyone who wants to.
For what?
If you don't
You
know,
can't
don't
make it.
roll.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you don't know, you can't be perceptive.
Sorry.
I can't be perceptive anyway.
Yeah. Core, you're the only one that really notices. Eve, you get an inkling that something's not right. Core, you can see that about half of them have something really wrong with them. Their antlers are like drooping and weird, and sometimes they're extra sharp and long. And a few of them have tentacles, and a lot of them have a dark glow coming from inside of them.
Oh, those,
Not Santa.
they're not nice. They might still be able to fly, but they're not nice.
We're gonna have one.
And the captain actually makes a holy symbol as he sees them.
What was the holy symbol? Just a random symbol or
I'm gonna put my fingers in my ears and like look over towards the reindeer and start counting down from 10.
It's for Saren Ray. And then finally, the deer turn to the north and trump off.
How much was this boat ride?
25.
25.
Okay.
All right, the boat has made it to the dock. And as y'all come floating into the dock, you notice that it is empty.
Whoa. That's weird.
Have you seen a dock before, Winky?
Yeah. I've seen a duck.
There's a
before.
lot of ice built up around the dock, but there's enough of a clearance that the captain's going to take you right to the outermost dock, and y'all find your way from there.
Alrighty.
So why
You
is
notice
this
the
weird?
crew members all have their weapons out.
Ask the captain, anything, is this normal in this area?
Usually there's people here.
Hmm. That's
Interesting.
does not forebode.
Although not many. I mean, it is still winter, and so most of the trade doesn't happen for another couple weeks. But there's usually at least a few people here. I mean, there's a couple houses at the dock.
Okay.
And the boat comes to a halt. It looks like and sounds like that metal prow has hit something underwater.
That's not ice.
Is that going to be a problem?
Did it?
He's like, the guys are already getting sticks out, ready to push off away from the dock when y'all are off.
Okay.
I say he said there was some houses around here. Maybe we should check on these people.
Did it sound like they hit dirt?
No, they hit something that crunched.
I mean,
Bone.
Monster.
I think we might need
you
I'm
to.
gonna
want to
look to
poke,
see.
take a look? Holy
Yeah.
crap!
I'm gonna try to see what they hit.
Do you go in the water?
Oh, it's really cold, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, there's just ice floating on top. It's not that bad.
Would it be okay if I was just like down there for like a little bit?
I mean, you're going to be freezing cold when you come out no matter what. If you go
Okay,
in at all.
I'll
mean-
go. I want to look at it. I'm interested.
Okay.
I might
You
die.
dive into the water.
You could.
I've already been frozen to death.
Well, I could say once you get up out of the water, you could probably prestidigitate the water off of you. Then we just got to get you warm.
That was.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to work.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna go ahead and start a fire. Like start getting our stuff off the dock.
Well, I was gonna say.
Start a fire on the docks.
Not on the dock.
Well,
I'm
there's
talking about-
some houses over here. Can we?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to split the party though, man.
Well, let's just
Hey,
stay
a
right
car.
here.
A car, just go look in the window.
Yeah. So I'm going to use. I'm gonna
Eve,
go.
come back out of the water while y'all are still trying to figure out what you're doing.
Sweet.
Okay, it's really cold. Someone's knocking on my door. Give me just.
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation to like dry her off.
Guys.
Okay. Freezing cold. There's a remains of a boat down there, and it's it looks like it was like caught on fire or something, but obviously now there's covered in water, so there's not fire. But it did have fire damage.
Fire damage. Goodness.
But it's a boat.
But all right.
That's all I got.
You saying they hit a boat that had fire
They
damage?
are, yeah. There's a boat carcass under the water.
Call that a boat wreck.
Yeah, that thing.
She would know what it was called.
Yeah, I would.
A
I'm
boat
also
wreck.
really cold right now. So.
A boat.
Let's
carcass.
go
like that.
see if we can't get
It's
into
Secure
one
one
of
of these houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ship
Wait.
skeleton.
Okay, well, okay.
Although, as a half elf, you are better resistant to the cold than everyone else.
Kyla, do you want sauce?
For
This is what they were trying to ask you.
For what?
Pizza.
Like, oh, Mom just texted me. Oh no.
All right, then you deal with that there. There's a much better way to do it.
Yes.
Okay, so you determine what they've hit, and now is everybody off the boat now with the wagons and the cart and everything?
Got a donkey.
All right, they're pushing off, and it takes them a bit, and they're having some trouble pushing away.
I'm gonna go stealth and check inside the houses and see if there's any immediate threat.
The houses are not at the end of the dock. Y'all are at the
Oh.
end of the dock still.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was
The
gonna.
docks are covered in snow and ice.
Is there any poles that I could help push them with?
Yeah, there's a couple poles.
I'm gonna try help pushing.
All right. Y'all help pushing, and with the crew and you, they manage to push themselves away from the dock and free from the other boat, and they turn and immediately sail south.
All right. Is this a 10-foot pole?
Yes, basically.
I'm gonna put this in my bag of holding.
All right.
I've been looking for one of these.
During that time, I used Mage Hand to help pull the boat out.
Okay.
That was a joke. I haven't got to use it in a long time, so.
All right. So what do you do?
Okay.
Well, we gotta get warm. So I think we start heading towards those houses.
The terrain is extremely slippery.
Not for I.
All right. Anything you can do for
What
that, Nadup?
happens
Not really.
if what happens if I hit my hammer to the
Well, we're
I
on.
mean, is it icy or is it just slick? Like,
There's ice and snow covering the docks.
oh, can I cast a flaming sphere and use it like as a flamethrower to melt the ice and snow away as we walk through?
Remember, it's a ball that you can drive,
Right. So just like drive it right in front of us as
like
we walk.
on the ground or above the ground.
Hovering approximately 1/8 of an inch off the ground.
1/8 of an inch.
Yes.
That's not enough.
Moving fast enough, it should be fine. The water will keep the thing from burning.
Okay. As you cast the ball and roll it down, it is singeing the wood deck as it goes.
It's
Because
helping.
it's so hot that the water is steaming where it's at directly.
Yeah.
And you've also set what looks like 2 corpses on fire.
Just doing my job.
There's dead people here.
Corpses.
Turn it off. Turn off the fire.
No fire. Fire
Okay,
bad.
I'll stop.
Desecrating them.
Can you guys? Can we inspect the bodies to see why they died? And that they're not moving?
We got cold.
Yes. The bodies were underneath snow. And it doesn't take an educated guess. Both of them look sick.
Oof.
Should we continue burning said bodies?
Sick as in the
Plague?
plague that
Yes.
we've been.
No.
Definite signs of the plague.
We need to kind of keep our distance, and we may need to actually end up burning these bodies.
We need
But not
what?
on the dock.
Can we like grab a couple pieces of wood and make like a small raft to push them out in the water and burn?
No, they're diseased. You don't put diseased bodies out in the water so everybody else can get diseases.
Okay.
I
Yes,
get what you're trying to do. I get you were going for a more honorific death, but there are differences of when people are.
I mean, if you just want to
Diseased.
like systematically and cold-heartedly just incinerate these people that had families and stuff like that. I mean,
But that's what you
It's
do
not-
with a diseased body.
It's not
Okay.
cold-hearted.
Let's do
It's
Humane, because they're already dead. It's humane for
what
the
was
rest of the people that are
cold-hearted
living.
is when you're throwing a ball of fire across the dock and then accidentally burn the dead bodies. That's
How is that
cold-hearted.
cold-hearted? That's not intentional. I stopped when we saw him.
Who knows?
Did you? Or did I have
They
to
may
say
have wanted to
something?
drink.
I didn't see him. I'm pushing around a bright
Yeah.
flaming ball of fire. I'm sorry. I was
I
distracted.
like it.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Ah!
Everybody, they all know what
Yes.
I want, buddy.
I
They
can
already
finish
know.
it.
You don't need to ask.
All right.
What?
So what do y'all do?
We need to get Eve
we
warm
need to.
still.
Yeah, we need to get Eve warm and want to see if there's anybody here that's alive.
But y'all already prestidigitated the water off of her, and the flaming sphere's presence would have been enough to make her feel warm again.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good, guys.
At
Good.
least there was something good that came out of that, Nita.
Well, we also got to
We
walk
did-
without slipping.
Did
But
we?
the flaming sphere actually worked fine. It was just too close to the deck.
No.
I was actually trying to like treat the wood as well, by burning
Treat
it
it.
a little bit so it doesn't rot or potentially get bugs.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
retroactively come up with ways to make your ideas sound better, or is this just?
Well, the problem is the deck is covered in is wood soaked, oil soaked wood.
Oh, that sounds like a bad idea. Whose idea
Yeah,
was
because
that?
it's waterproof.
Yeah, they waterproofed it, man.
Then how did we have freeze on top of waterproofed wood?
Because ice and snow still sticks to it. It didn't get in the wood, did it? Hence why the wood was charred.
Okay,
It's probably
I-
not waterproof anymore.
I
Yeah,
concede. I
Well,
concede.
technically, burnt is slightly waterproof, so it is still waterproof.
It's hydrophobic. It's not waterproof, but yes.
It's slightly.
It's afraid of water.
No,
Yeah.
water's afraid of it.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yes.
this is falling apart.
Yeah, great discussion, guys.
So,
Can we
what
find
do
a
we-
way to get around these bodies and get to those houses?
You
Yeah.
didn't
No,
know,
we're
Nita.
gonna
You're
we're
just-
gonna burn. We're gonna have to burn the bodies, but
We know.
Well, I mean,
That is-
I'm not touching it. You can go over there and grab one if you want. And move it because we can't
Hey,
burn it on the dock.
Balls.
Do we have a shovel?
Balls.
Hold on, Winky, what did you say?
If you shock something enough,
No.
okay.
Good idea, but no, you're not. I don't know someone who has lightning powers, but you're not someone with that kind of lightning powers.
Raiden.
Raiden,
I have lightning powers.
He was
not
just gonna
that kind of
say.
lightning powers.
He was
We could
just trying
always-
to jokingly say something like, "You're not Raiden."
I'm gonna move the bodies.
Okay.
Or use your 10-foot pole.
No, I can move them. It's
Now we gotta throw the whole Eve out too and just start burning everything.
So
no,
we need
I'm immune. Oh, by the way, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm immune to it.
all right.
Well,
Oh.
That's not fair.
It sounds fair to
Well,
me. She's
you
died.
I did. This has been a while.
Yeah.
So
Eve
just
can
gotta-
easily move them.
Yeah.
Need-
Eve, while you're moving the bodies, you do notice that there is a dinghy nearby.
Dinging.
A dinghy
A
is a
dinghy
boat,
dinghy.
guys.
It's a tiny boat to go from the docks to a bigger boat.
Okay. Can I see anyone in it or bodies?
No, it's just an empty little two-person rowboat.
Cool.
A dinghy.
So
Ugh.
maybe this was theirs. I don't know.
Meow.
Oh,
I know what
I
the depth's thinking.
doubt people.
does it
Yes,
have a
but-
bell so it can go dingy dingy? That's what I was thinking.
So what do y'all do? Because I couldn't tell what Eve said. She cut out.
Put the bodies in the boat. Put the boat on fire.
They might need that boat still.
Ooh, there's nobody
Dead
here.
people?
We haven't checked that yet. Keep
Okay.
saying we need to see if there's anybody else alive
So
here.
do you
We could-
just move the bodies out of the path so y'all can walk?
Well, I thought we were gonna burn them. So wherever they tell
we
me.
will, but I don't want to just burn them without people. Like, there's one thing about burning bodies and be like, hey, yeah, but if there's like Jimbo Bobby over here who's their uncle, be like, hey, we're about to cremate your family because they're deceased.
Okay, put them in the boat.
Bob's uncle.
Put a little bit of snow on them so they stay cold, and let's get going.
Yeah, keep them fresh. Fresh corpses are the only way to keep corpses.
Well,
So, how are you traversing further down the dock?
Carefully.
Are y'all just
Oh.
going to carefully cross the snow and ice, or are y'all going to go with more fire?
We'll do more fire at 1/2 inch instead of an 1/8 inch.
Why are you so specific? Just
Because
be
I was
like,
just gonna make
Just
it
be
go
like,
along to where
This
I
is
do it.
we use the metric system in
Oh,
Pathfinder.
sorry.
No, we do not.
Yeah, but we
Approximately
use the
15
matrix.
centimeters.
All right.
We use the matrix.
Well, here's what I will do. I'm just gonna start walking down the dock and clearing the snow as I go because I have feather step and the ability to walk on difficult terrain.
And since
I'm
nobody
just gonna
else
start
does,
clearing it out of the way
I'll do the fire sphere behind
so we
him.
don't burn any more docks here.
It's taking us like 15 minutes to get off this one dock.
He has
Yeah, let's all just
Yeah,
mad
just
sprint.
shovel.
3 hours at a door that wasn't locked.
a.
I've
That's-
had that in a previous game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk down and clear it as I go, and lead the
All right.
path. Let's
Make
go.
a survival check.
Everyone or just him?
Everybody?
Him.
yo, the only person that does survival is the car. Everybody else just does death.
But I
Shut
can do
your
survival too.
Can you?
It's what, so
No, you can't.
I have a better survival plus. It's not fair.
You pick, so you're trained in survival? Do a roll. Let's see.
I did.
He
See?
rolled a 1.
I have
Yeah,
survival too.
that plus helped you at nothing.
Plus 13. Exactly.
All right. Car, you have managed to successfully walk to the end of the dock and clear enough of a path that they can follow along behind you, but it's not enough for the wagon to go, so Nita would still need to bring the fire.
All
Right.
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 Well, I just
Nita-
want us all off the dock before he starts launching fireballs again.
And Needham starts
Oh, I should
going,
use
I have a
fireball?
better
That's a good
survival skill than him.
Hey,
could do this too.
I'm trained.
Step off
I'm
the
trained
dock
in
straight into the
survival
water.
too. I'm trained in survival.
Bloop.
Yeah, a lot of people are trained in survival, but he's the one that said to use it.
Yeah.
I'm just
I'm-
gonna lead the
I'm trained in
donkeys.
survival.
Hey, I have a
Okay.
name.
So
He goes,
he makes this flaming sphere and puts it an inch above the ground, or 1/2 inch, or whatever it was. It still singes and burns the deck a bit, but not nearly as bad as the 1/4 inch that he did previously. And
All right.
during his traveling, he doesn't actually set anyone on fire, but he does uncover 3 more bodies.
Throw them in the boat. I mean, gently move their bodies and put them in the boat, please, Eve.
I can only go so
Hey,
fast,
hey.
so yeah.
Peyton, what's on your head?
Yeah.
Good.
Eve successfully puts the bodies in the boat.
Whew, that's my workout for the day.
And now y'all are all off the dock finally.
Tricky dock there.
We
The
sit
snow
on
in
the
this
dock.
area is deep. It's about 3 feet deep.
Sorry, dude.
Y'all can walk in it sufficiently, but Winky and Hatala have trouble moving in it because it's nearly at their face.
What about Nito?
I'm not that short. I'm actually taller than both of them.
Yeah, he's not that short, but mainly he's big and stocky, so he can move through snow easier.
Yeah. It's like a Shetland pony and I don't know. Sorry, I can't come up with a good example.
Okay.
Can I use my hammer to push the snow out of the way so I can walk better?
Oh,
You're
I'm
just strong
definitely
to walk through it.
gonna
What?
still use my flame seer. Just
You just walk through it
yeah.
because you're strong enough not to care. But because of your small size, it's more difficult than it would be if you were taller.
If you were a
So I'm just powering through the snow while Hatala's stepping.
Basically, you're just walking through the snow, plowing it with your face.
Yeah, there you go.
Getting
Eat it.
flashbacks
you
to
don't wanna
walking
eat
through the
stuff.
ash.
In both directions, you can see that there are 1 or 2 houses in each direction. And there's probably more behind them, but you can only see them because of the amount of snow piled on top of the houses. And there is no
Let's
sign of
split up-
smoke coming from any of the houses.
Let's split up to groups of 3 into
No.
yeah.
That only works when I suggest it, man.
2 groups of 3? What kind of stupid idea?
All right, so do y'all go to the left or the right?
Let's go to the right.
I
All right,
vote
we
right.
Yeah, right.
Left.
A la
Right.
derecha.
And then we split up into 2 groups.
A car going to the left and everyone else to the right. With his fancy survival skills.
Right.
So, are y'all going to the right or the left?
I'm
Right.
following.
Going where Winky said.
To the right.
Right.
Okay. You come up to the first house, and the door is slightly cracked open, and there is a good amount of snow inside the building.
Hey, can Nita use gust of wind, blow it off?
Do you want to just try knocking on the door and then seeing if it's open?
We can see in it.
It
It's
is
cracked.
open.
He just told us we can see in it, and there's snow in the building.
Oh. I'm gonna be back with the donkeys.
Hey, Core. Core, it's a minotaur's head, but it's severed from its body.
I think we've established I don't hear everything.
All right. So y'all are at the door. Do y'all do anything?
I pat the
I'm
donkey.
gonna open the
Go.
door.
Hello, is anybody in there?
There is a layer of frost covering every inch of the building inside.
All right,
So
I
it's
take
frozen?
my flaming sphere and take it about 2 inches off the ground.
No, your flaming spear has been turned off by this point
You're right. Just
because you can't
Hey,
maintain it
wouldn't
that
the
long.
is the house wooden, right?
Yes, everything here is wood.
We do not want to burn the house down.
why
There
not?
is a stone foundation, but it is a wooden house.
I'm gonna wait outside.
These are high-peaked roofs, the style that you would see in the northern climes, so that the snow can come off. But there's still snow piled on the roofs because no one's out there to clean them.
Yeah, like I said, would Nita be able to use his gust of wind?
You can hear creaking from inside the house.
Are you just trying to get the snow to open the door? What are you
Out.
trying to get me to do?
To blow the snow out so we can see everything.
There is no blowing the snow out.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a
like
small pile of snow at the door.
Just use
You
that
can walk
hammer of
through
yours
it.
like you wanted to.
can we just use Winky as like a snowplow and like push him through the snow to clear the snow out?
He was snow plowing
Uh-huh.
already. You just
Yeah.
needs to do it there.
Hey, just walk in the door. You'll clear the snow. It'll
Okay,
be
yeah,
fine.
well, I'm gonna walk in.
I'm gonna stay with Core and stay vigilant.
All right, you're inside the house, and as I said, everything is covered in a layer of frost. Everything is white.
I'm gonna draw my hammer and I'm gonna investigate.
Okay?
Yeah, I'll
You
go
don't find any sign of people in here, but the place has been ransacked. It looks like every bit of food was taken from the place.
And there's an upstairs, right?
No, not in this one. It's a high
So-
open rafter roof.
When you say it looks like it's ransacked, does it look like the people knew where the stuff was, kind of thing, or like somebody came in here and
The kitchen area has had all the cabinets opened up, and everything was removed, and nothing else has been overturned.
go away, go away?
So meats, preserved fruits and vegetables.
Everything of food value was taken, and nothing else.
Okay.
And there's no sign that any other thing was ransacked.
Does it look like there was a hole in the roof or something like that where something
No.
large could have gotten in, or this
Nope.
was done by human or
And,
human-sized
and
things?
there was creaking, so there's gotta be something in here.
Or it could have just been the wind.
You could tell. I mean, where'd the creaking come from, Winky?
Up in the rafters.
In the rafters.
So you
Has
can look-
anyone looked up there?
I just investigated.
You investigated down here.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna look up in the rafters.
And make a perception check. The only thing you notice is that some of the wood seems to be bowing inward.
So it's going.
Hey, Winky, you should go outside to the corner of the house and smack the foundation and see if you can get the snow to all fall off the roof.
I
So
am
that's what's going on.
gonna exit the house.
And get covered in snow.
No, I'm
Listen,
exiting the
it
house
is
so
on
that
there.
when the roof falls in, it doesn't crush me.
Okay,
That's reasonable.
fine. If he's gonna suggest that idea, I'll do it. I'm gonna walk outside and walk to the corner of the house and smack it with my hammer.
Make a melee strike.
Or do
Maybe
we?
five.
Or are we in the road?
We're far enough away.
You got
Y'all watch as Winky walks outside, pulls out his hammer, and Hatala comes running out of the house. As Winky then swings as hard as he can, smashing into the corner of the foundation, ripping off a good chunk of the wall, causing the roof to start collapsing inward, and now all the snow's inside where the house used to be.
and Peyton
I
did
start
leave
going
the house.
1, 2, 3, 4. I only count 4 of us. Where's the other 2?
Wait, there's 2 gone? Where did the 2 other go?
That would be me and
They-
Eve. Which,
They went
are we
inside
still in
with
the
you.
house?
Where are they?
We didn't run
I
past
thought everyone
didn't give us time.
Hatalis is the only
No.
one that said she ran out. You and I got stuck inside. Sorry.
As soon as I saw
was
that, and I know
asking
Winky well enough, I was getting the crap out of there.
Okay.
I didn't know Eve was in there, so
So are they crushed under this?
Yeah.
What
'cause I was-
about the depth though? You just did it. You smacked it.
oh, I'm
even
fine
though-
with him being in there.
Oh, okay.
He suggested the idea, so
He was
All right,
trying to get out.
let's launch a rescue effort here. Where were they standing,
You
Hatala?
notice that Eve is sitting next to one of the windows, looking at y'all like, what the heck just happened?
Perfectly fine in a pocket of air.
We let Winky make decisions for 2 seconds.
We
No.
didn't let him do
Winky
anything.
and Nadep had a conversation.
And nobody intervened.
I was
Eve?
outside. You
We
were the
were
one that
letting
went
it
in,
go.
Hatala.
It was no kidding. It was like, cool, Elijah's taking some precedence and something's going to happen. It's like, oh, crap.
I don't think Hatala had any time to react. She just ran. Like she knew something bad was gonna happen. She didn't say anything.
Yeah.
She just ran.
So do you open the window and get her out?
Yes.
Okay, you
I
open the
will.
window and Eve climbs out easily, and you notice there's a pair of boots behind her.
I said we leave him for a few
We
minutes.
found some treasure, guys.
He can
Let's-
stand there for about like a minute before he starts getting too cold.
Is that the Wicked Witch of the West?
You want to just investigate? He would want us to investigate the loot first.
Yes. So what?
Oh.
So what do you do?
I want to check out the boots and see if anybody's attached to them.
Yes, they're on the feet of a dwarf.
They're
He's
just
covered in
kicking.
snow. The feet are the only thing sticking out.
I'm gonna take his shoes off.
The depth, you good? Can
Yes,
you hear me?
I would like to cast a spell.
You can't.
Fireball.
And
You're completely pinned.
I was about to say you'd be covered in like feet
Even
of
if it was
snow
just-
and roof.
Even if it was just verbal.
It depends on the spell, and you can't verbal anything. You can't verbal or somatic.
Okay.
And you don't have shoes anymore.
Not my naked toes.
Winky,
Somebody start
make a
tickling.
fortitude save.
Oh, gosh.
really?
Oh, that's
Okay.
great. I
Oh.
like the where this is going. I
All
cast
right,
not
you pull the
cloud.
you pull the boots off, and the smell is horrible. So you immediately throw the boots back on the ground.
Quick, bury him in snow.
You don't pass out, but you notice the smell is bad.
Okay.
Oh man.
Does somebody come and have some air freshener?
Does anybody have a shovel? I think we should start digging.
I'm
them
just
out.
gonna put. I'm gonna push
got-
the snow with my hammer.
I have some tongs.
Y'all managed to extract him without too much effort.
Oh,
So, How'd that feel, Nadette? It was basically an avalanche. I've never been
Like-
through an avalanche before.
Like this, and I'm gonna just give Akara a shove back in the snow.
I'm gonna hold the
Okay,
tongs
that's
up,
interesting.
and in the tongs I have a boot. I'm gonna hand it to Nadep.
No thanks. I'm gonna leave those off for a while.
Alright, toss them in the snow.
I don't throw them away. I'm gonna tie them and put them around my neck.
Okay, are you doing that?
No, because that's dumb. I'm not walking
Yeah.
shoes onto the snow.
Wait, you're gonna start making good decisions on
I'm
this?
a, I'm a grumpily put my shoes back on.
All right. So what do I do now? Yeah, I've collapsed the house.
Let's burn it so there's no evidence that we destroyed.
No. They're probably gonna want to
I'm gonna tell you-
reuse this at some point.
Technically, there is no evidence that we did anything. The snow
Uh, There's a
crumbled.
The
giant
snow
hole in the
collapsed
wall
through.
where he knocked the wall out. Like,
But there's no evidence we were here.
what?
Yes, the roof was already collapsing ahead of time.
Can I pick up a piece of
Pro-
charcoal?
I'm-
You do
I'm
notice
assu-
that there is another house behind this house.
Let's go there.
Does it have? Can I use the 10-foot pole to try to knock the snow off the roof?
Yes, easily.
Alright, that's what I do. That's what I'm gonna work on, guys.
Okay, you knock the snow off the roof, and now all the snow's on the ground next to the house.
There we go.
I build the
I'm gonna hit the.
snowman.
Now you can no longer see any of the walls to the house.
Sweet.
What? Oh.
Good job.
Alright, we know the door was right there, so we need to make a hole. Can you cast,
Winky's good at
can you
holes.
produce some, like, flame or something?
I would, but I'm too cold from being buried in the
All right.
snow and timber and roof tiles.
I'll just go for where the door was.
Why don't you get Winky to do it?
Meanwhile, Winky's already inside.
No
How'd
Winky's
that
not.
happen?
There's an 8-foot snowdrift. You can't just push your way through that.
Can we punt him through it?
I'd like to try that.
Me too.
No,
you
that
need
wouldn't
to
work very
try
well either.
Gonna look around for a shovel.
You find a shovel back at the back of the house you were just at.
Cool. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna use that shovel to shovel the snow out the front of the door.
Yes. It is a proper snow shovel.
Sweet. I'm going to put that in the cart. I'm gonna keep that with us.
All right, you manage to shovel through where the door is, and you find it, and about 3 feet of snow has spilled into the living room of that house.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna go in this time.
Turn on the furnace.
Take a look around.
All right, it's covered in another layer of frost, but in this house, you do see that there is a person sitting at the table. They are covered with a layer of frost.
Ooh.
They look
I'm gonna walk in.
Did it look like they were frozen in place or like they just died and got
They
frozen?
just slumped over at the table.
They've got the coolest winter fashion.
Mm.
The only thing of note, make a perception check, Will. Core.
Let me get to a different screen real quick. Hooah!
You noticed that the skin has taken on a red tinge around their face, and it looks like little nubs are starting to appear on their forehead
Kill it.
They got
Hmm.
zits.
back before they died.
No. It wouldn't. If this was the plague, they may have had that demonic mutation.
Yeah, they're just becoming more like a demon. That's all.
I wanted.
to.
Eve, can you crack this guy open and make sure he's dead, not just hibernating?
What happening?
He may be like hibernating, and when he transformed, he may be
Hey, Winky.
alive.
Core needs to see if this guy's dead. You just smash
No,
him
no,
with
no,
a hammer.
no. Oh my gosh.
I slapped Needip in the skull.
I don't feel anything because my skull is too thick.
With my hammer.
So has this place been raided also? All the food taken?
It has not.
Yeah, but if this guy was diseased, they may have avoided this house.
Yeah, I just waltzed on in.
Should we
I wonder
push?
what happened to that blind guy.
He
This-
moved somewhere.
Does this guy look
Or did
blind?
he?
No.
Alright, it's not him!
But I do think about that dude.
I'm gonna go back
Back it up.
outside because I don't want to mess with the plague.
One day something bad's gonna happen to him. He's not gonna see it coming.
I thought you didn't
God.
like dad jokes, Elijah.
From
Okay, you
I don't
make it
like good
outside
bad
without
jokes.
any problems.
Alright. Did anyone else want to check in there?
Do you think you
I
missed
did.
something? Or...
I don't know.
All right, I'll
The,
go.
the last
I'll-
place
I'll
was
go.
ransacked. This place had all the stuff in there. There may be loot or something. Who knows?
All right, well, I guess we take a look. Man.
Somebody want to check the body, see if there's any kind of identification?
I already
I mean,
asked
the only-
Eve.
The only one of us immune to the disease is Eve.
Yeah, I can check it out. I mean, wait.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Goat cheese.
I don't know. I'm just gonna make sure. I just want to inspect it.
All right, make a
Okay.
perception check.
What?
All right, you look around and you notice that there is still a decent amount of food. There's frozen meat hanging up in the rafters where they hang meat to smoke dry because the smoke goes free into the house up till it gets to the high points and then comes out. So they actually use that for smoking meat and preserving things. So there is still preserved meat up there and cheese and things like that, but it looks like rodents have gotten a hold of it before winter came in.
And the dude's just chilling at the table.
It looks like he has keeled over, and based on the look on his face, he was in pain. So it probably was that he died from the disease itself.
I mean, he's chilling. He's frozen.
Or he sneezed.
And it happened before the freeze came.
Okay.
You can see that there are burnt embers in the fireplace area. So he was keeping the house warm before he died.
Or is he about to?
Real sad. I guess we'll have to add him to the box. I just want to take a mental note of his like diseased look. Just have it.
You
Good.
do notice that there is there are actually 3 beds in the house.
Hmm.
1 big bed and 2 smaller beds that are off to the other side of the house.
Does he look like he would make dad jokes?
It's hard to tell from a dead, slumped over, frozen person.
I'll walk out.
Does he have a beard?
And what?
Yes, he has a beard.
Then
Most
he's
of the
a dad.
people in the north have a beard.
So I think there was more than just one person living.
Okay, let's go to the house on the left now.
Nope. I'm gonna go back in that house. I'm gonna look in the closets and any pantries or wardrobes. I want to try to find these other
I
2
did.
people. Make sure they're. You said they were small beds, so looking for kids potentially.
Okay. Make a perception check. Okay. You do not find any sign of children in the house or anything else, but you do notice that there was a set of dressers that would have been near those other beds, and they have been emptied,
Okay.
So
but
maybe
been closed respectfully.
Okay. So it looks like they probably left if they were here. I'll let the guys know that. And they'll go ahead and leave the house now.
All right. Now what do I do?
Do you guys want to set this house on fire
Yeah, all of them.
for the plague? We could put the bodies inside.
You would need to use a wagon or a cart to bring them up because you've got 5 bodies there now.
Oh, well.
Bring along the cart and just say, "Bring out your dead." That's all you gotta do.
Bring out your dead.
So you
But
want
I'm
to load
not
some
dead.
diseased bodies onto your cart?
No.
Can we just drag the boat through the snow? It's just
Yes,
a
you
little
can.
dinghy, right?
Yep.
All right, so just grab the dinghy and we'll just keep adding bodies to it.
I'll
Yeah, I suppose if we're all pulling, but I mean, we
we
can
have
figure out how to pull
donkeys
it by
and rope.
themselves.
Have the
Yeah.
donkeys pull it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we are on snow, so
And you also have 3 people with lifting belts.
yeah.
The 3 of them could probably just carry it like it was a toy.
But we'd have to be near the bodies.
Yeah. So ropes and donkeys works fine. So you drag the dinghy all the way up to this house. So now you have a dinghy filled with corpses next to the house with a corpse in it.
Take
Eve?
a. I just wanna bring this up and say this is gonna look very strange if somebody comes across us. We just got a boat full of bodies.
Not
You
in
just
the
say
climate of
plague.
the world. Yeah,
Plague
plague.
village.
All goes south. We just kill them and put them in the boat and call it a day.
I don't think it's as bad as it would be any other time.
So you want Eve to take the bodies into the house?
We decided we're gonna just put all the bodies in the boat in the house and then burn the whole house.
What if we go
Well-
look for more bodies first before we do all this?
But, you know, empty the boat. That way we can take the boat and look for bodies.
Yeah, and let the
Okay.
bodies hit the floor and
Let
then
me go
we'll take
ahead
the
and
boat.
start because it's gonna take me a while. Okay.
Respectfully hit the floor.
All right.
Yes, yes.
Let the bodies hit the floor, respectively.
All right. So Eve takes her time and brings all the bodies in the house.
So what have y'all been doing?
Just watching you flex. After about the 3rd body, I'm like, Eve, here, you want to borrow my belt to help you out? I just hit me. Here.
No, I'm gonna build up my strength. I'm just gonna keep.
Okay. All right. You
I
got
already
it. You
thought
gotta
about
like.
it, I just wasn't gonna
You
share.
gotta
it.
like. I can show you. This is a good power squat. And you gotta lift with your legs.
I'm just gonna keep moving bodies. I'm not paying attention.
Cool. All right.
Cora,
How
while
would
she's
you
doing
know,
that, can
Cora?
I borrow your pole and go ahead and start digging a hole to this this house on the left?
There is a couple of poles back on the dock.
Yeah, but that's so affordable.
He
How
literally
does-
said,
And you can walk on
it.
it with no problem.
Yeah.
Y'all have time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
They
gonna go
just-
get me a
How-
pole and start working on getting the snow off the roof and
How-
clearing the hole to the doorway, all that jazz. To check the
how
house
does-
on the left.
Can I
How does
search
Cor-
for flammable materials?
Everything in here is a flammable material.
Okay, never mind.
How does Koi carry around a 10-foot?
In a
Careful.
magical bag of holding.
Elijah. Never mind.
Hey.
Am I ready?
But he would touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Dude, you're a gnome in a fantasy world. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Except
Alright.
for flying ships.
And
So
bards.
now, are you going to investigate the other houses before setting it on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You make it back to the houses on the left side, and you can find that the door is barred.
I just got a hammer for that.
I would
No.
knock.
Well,
I knock on the door before he hits it with a hammer.
Okay, you hear nothing.
I'm gonna go over to a window and try to look in.
Covered in frost.
I'm hitting it with
Or
a
because I worked on clearing.
Can we lower Winky down through the chimney?
Is the window
There-
open?
Just let me hit me. Let me hit the
There's no
door.
windows open. And
Okay.
there is no chimney. The house is
I wanna
covered in
hit the
snow
door.
like all the others.
Okay.
Smoke just comes out the eaves.
What?
Okay.
I want to hit the door.
Have we tried to see if it's open or unlocked? Or
I'm
Said it
gonna.
was
I'm
barred.
gonna hit the door.
Winky,
I'm gonna hit the door.
Winky,
I'm hitting the door.
Winky. This is me trying to say something as you're trying to.
What?
I'm just gonna say there's snow. You're probably gonna
You
get
got-
buried under
You
8
got
feet.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna step about 3
Yeah.
feet back.
Oh
From
yeah,
the
I'm gonna
house.
step back so I don't get buried in snow.
Go ahead, buddy.
I'm
Hit
gonna go
that.
ahead and go back to the cart and get the shovel. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
we'll
know
go
it's
to the
coming.
next house. We'll just go to the next house and see if it's barred as well.
So, Winky, do you still swing?
There could be people in there.
At least they'll know we're outside since they didn't answer the knock.
They could be scared.
I make
This
it back
is
with a
not
shovel.
the-
Hey, do you want me to knock the snow off and then shovel it and then you go for the door?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, we'll knock the snow
That's the
down,
smarter plan.
shovel it,
I
and then
forgot
he
about
can
it.
go for the door.
All right, before they do all that, I'm going to say if there's anybody in there, we're here to help. And we're trying to clear out this area, see if anybody needs help. And if we cannot, if you do not open the door, we are going to break it down because we are trying to take care of the dead and diseased. All right, I'm good.
No response.
All right, no response. Just burn it down. There's no point in opening it up. And then like pause
Do
for a
not-
second, see if there's a response.
With
No.
that, we don't have to burn every single house.
I just seeing if they would react to fear if they're not going to react to our kindness. So, all right, yeah, go ahead, Winky.
And now he's not reacting.
Yep.
All this build up.
Mm-hmm. I attack the door with my hammer. Okay.
As
Roll
said
your
by
hammer.
Winky.
You gonna attack the door, Winky?
Sorry.
Cat.
Squirrel.
Oh yeah.
All right, you hit the door soundly, but it holds.
Oh no, you don't, door.
Oh, that's sad.
And it's still holding.
No, you don't, door.
That time you managed to crack the hinges, but it's still up. You finally cause it to fall over.
Oh man, I was about to say you had better luck with that wall.
Red.
Yeah. Just hit it on the corner of the house. Just destroy the house.
No, I'm good. Okay.
All right, the door is just simply falling off its hinges.
Dad, tell Kenzie away from me.
She's just trying to feed you Jello.
I'm gonna check inside and see if someone's in there or something's in there.
All right, the house is covered in frost, and you can see that there are 2 corpses huddled together near where the fire was.
Oh,
Are they frosted?
Yes, they are frozen.
Do I see anything else that's dangerous, like or something?
You look into a mirror.
You do not see anything special. It looks like almost all the food is gone in the house, though.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at the people frozen.
Okay. They're people, and they're frozen.
do they look starved or do they look like they've been eating well?
One of them looks almost like he was a little sick, but the other one is definitely starved. And they're both fairly starved, but the one has a little bit of the sickness to him.
Okay.
Put them on the
Okay.
pile. Time to burn them up.
Okay. I'm gonna tell everybody it's okay. It's good. We need the pile. Oh god.
Hey Eve, you're responsible for like going through all these people's pockets and stuff like that to make sure that they're not. So maybe you have names so you could pray for them and
Or
That
lots of gold
family
for us
could-
to use to help other people here that might be alive. It's for helping other people that might be survivors.
There's no such thing as a driver's license that people carry in their wallet.
But they may have a note from a loved one. That
Or
they
an embroidered
yeah.
handkerchief.
They've got their name embroidered in their underwear.
I would take a handkerchief, but
It's
okay.
Calvin Klein.
Right next to the day of the
Buddy.
week, it's got their name.
All right.
The
So Eve, do you load them in the boat?
I want to make sure they didn't die from the disease like the plague. They just died. The
One of
cold.
them does look sick, but they died from starvation from the looks of it.
I'll move them, but first I want to look around take a good look at the place.
But the door was barred from the inside.
Correct.
So they were self-isolating. More than likely.
To the point of starvation.
You can see that most of the food is gone in the house. There was a little bit of food left.
So they were still attempting to scrape by and make it last as long as it could. But didn't do that well.
Yeah, I guess I'll move them to the tile.
What
Okay.
I'm wondering is if they ran out of firewood before they,
Is there any furniture in the house?
The house has been pretty much cleaned up of everything other than where they're at.
So
They have a pallet of stuff near the bed, near the the bedding material, but no bed.
So they've
Yeah.
burnt everything. They've eaten as much as they can. They've been trapped here. Are there any books or journal or anything like that in the personal belongings near the bed?
You're not in the house.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting stuff to look for if I was inside.
I'm gonna look for that. 'Cause it was my idea.
We could just walk out.
Nope. Yeah, I don't want to interfere with your role play. You and Winky
Yeah,
have
I'm
done so
gonna,
much tonight, and I'm so proud of you guys.
I'm taking the bodies out. So
Yeah. So Winky, are you
Um,
searching the house for something?
I'm searching the house for
termite.
stuff.
Okay. You do not find any.
Okay, I think this was just a normal house. I'm gonna walk out.
There is another building behind this one, but it doesn't look like a house.
I'm gonna go to that one.
Okay.
Is it the children
What
pen
is,
where they keep their
what
kids?
is it?
That's the house I'm making the Sims to lock them in so they'll die.
only walls, no doors.
The euthanasia
It
chamber.
looks like a stable.
Is there anything inside it?
No, the entries in and out have both been torn apart.
It's like I was here.
Are there any like saddles or bridles or anything that might be useful for?
No,
You
most
don't
of
know
the
you're
pack
not
is
there.
gone. And you do not see any corpses of animals inside either.
I want to check for tracks and see what might have happened with the doors.
Okay. Well, first, make your trap check.
Oh no, not tracks. Tracks.
Tracks.
Like
Okay.
yeah.
No,
Like
it's been too much
like-
snow. It's been too much snow since whatever happened.
so, there's like snow even on the inside. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. If the
Charles-
door was knocked open, then there'd be
Charles.
some type of tracks or something. Okay.
All right, Winky.
Where are we? Would there be forest animals around? Any
You have
type of
not seen
animals
any
that-
sign of any animals. No mice, no nothing.
And
There's
there's
a-
like 3 foot of snow everywhere. So.
We saw those reindeer when we were sailing down.
Evil reindeer. You think that's where the evil reindeer came from?
No.
Probably not.
What's the is it 4 p.m.?
It is now 5 p.m.
So there were no bodies in the barn, right?
No.
Yep.
It looks. The one thing you do notice, there is a thick accumulation of ice on the ceiling inside of the barn. And the ice is weird and globular.
Yeah, I don't. That requires further investigation. I like to try to like poke it with a 10-foot pole, or get.
Make a perception check.
The ceiling's only like 7 foot high. How are you gonna get a 10-foot pole in there to poke it?
It's an angle.
Like this.
It reminds you of when the frost strike breathed its attack.
Okay.
Geometry.
Is that a druidic skill?
I mean, so I share that with the rest of the group. It's possible that those drakes and
Hey,
giants
what
came
if
through.
Did they come through before or after this? Because
We killed them.
most
So
of
they
the people
couldn't come
here
after.
look diseased. Like the bodies we found on the docks, they weren't attacked or anything. They didn't have any wounds on them, right?
it
Yeah, they're
might
just sitting on a
be
dock in the bay.
it might be the frost giants came
I
and
mean,
killed the animals because the animals didn't get sick.
Or did the frost giant eat them?
They probably ate them. Yeah.
a lot of possibilities there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did were the doors broken on the barn?
Yes,
That's
both,
good.
Yeah. They were
both doors
completely destroyed.
were shattered and busted inward.
Pay attention.
Well, I don't always catch stuff.
Can you,
But the sun has already started to set, so it is getting colder now.
We can. I would
Aubrey,
recommend set up shop in the barn, unless there was one of the houses that had no bodies in it.
The first house had no bodies.
but it's destroyed.
Oh,
But
it
it
is.
was
Yeah, that's true. There's no roof.
Well,
And
I
the
mean,
barn
if
had
you think
doors.
about it like this, we can stay in the barn area because we're gonna have a house fire to keep us warm. I'm pretty sure that gets hot.
I'm gonna work on knocking the snow off the roof of the barn.
Should we also take the ice
Okay.
off the?
Sure.
Dude, what are you doing?
Shut the door.
All right.
Get out.
So y'all spend some
Yeah.
time cleaning up the barn and using it for your place to sleep tonight? Are you going to start the house fire tonight or wait till later?
I'd say sooner the better. At least that'd be my vote.
Yeah.
I mean, you could cast Fireball a couple of times, right? Then go to sleep.
The only negative that I see would be that we'd be giving a major beacon away during the night. If there's somebody here in this, what has been an abandoned village. So if we wait until the morning, there'll be smoke visible, but it's not a bright shining.
And we won't be right next to the beacon. Okay.
We could be off somewhere else.
So.
And if it spreads, and who cares?
Well, I mean, do we want to be this close to a potential plague? Also, we could just go out further from the village.
We could go back to the boat.
We'll just stay 6 feet away
There's
from
no
it.
boat. There's only a dinghy that had dead bodies in it.
And you can
We
you
didn't
can
have a
sleep in the
boat?
boat if you want. In the dinghy.
No thanks.
But
We don't
can't
even have.
disconnect
We don't even.
so-
We don't even have the wagon.
You have a cart.
So we have the two. We got to weigh this out. We got the possible plague spreading, or we have something mean that sees the beacon in the night.
We wanna
We moved all the bodies into one house. The bodies have been in the house the whole time.
Eve
so-
moved all the bodies into one house.
Right, but so leaving them there over the night isn't going to be any different than what was already here.
Okay.
There were no bodies in the barn, so it's, at least that we know of, not diseased. I don't know about what is
Cleaner.
in the ceiling, but
I mean, we can move the cart into the barn and, run through shifts of everybody sleep near the portal. And then that way you can be easily called out if something happens.
Well, you also have the one thing, because y'all been going in and out of these houses, if you go into the tree, you could have a chance of spreading whatever you may have gotten here into the tree.
True.
I don't want to open up possible plague to the tree, especially when the entire Order of the Keys folks decide to move here and the Anati are potentially being exposed.
True.
So you're going to sleep in the barn?
Yeah.
Okay. It's fairly easy to make it at least defensible, and it's fairly easy to make it at least partially habitable, even though you can't seal the doors up.
Hmm.
you okay, Peyton?
Come on.
Follow the cheese it sideways.
All right. Eve,
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, while you're on guard duty, you hear the sound of something rummaging through one of the houses.
I would go look at it. Like which house? Do I know which?
You can't tell from inside the barn.
I'm going to quietly wake up Hatala. Okay.
All right, I'm going to use invisibility, and I'm going to seek it out.
Okay.
See if I can.
I'm assuming you're following the path y'all have already walked, so you're not making fresh tracks in the snow while being invisible.
Correct.
Okay. You get to about the center in between the houses, and you notice about three. You're using your goggles right now, are you? Because it's middle of the night.
Definitely using goggles.
Okay. You see three large figures, probably about 10, 12 feet tall. They're standing around the house where you have loaded the bodies in. And one of the drakes is on the ground near them, sniffing around. And one of them goes into the house and comes out with the bodies.
Okay.
There might have been more people in town.
And
This.
you can see them looking through the bodies, and they get to the one that looks like the horned one, and they take it and put it in a bag.
These are drakes and stone giants, like we fought. Or
Frost giants.
frost giants.
I bet.
You can't talk like
Wiki, you're asleep.
Well,
And the
I
drakes
am.
are flipping around almost like giant guard dogs, and they're kind of pointing the other direction. And the giants are the one giant that apparently is in charge is arguing with them, and the others are like, it's obvious that they don't want to do what the one's saying, but the one giant is just basically stomps his foot, causing a lot of snow to fall off the roofs of the houses again. And they all then tromp towards the north at a northeastern direction.
Is there any way I could have memorized what they were saying, even though I likely couldn't understand it?
Not really.
Okay.
The language is very hard to understand. It's a combination of their giant size and the words being strange. It's really hard to even mimic or anything.
All right. So I would probably stay as stock still as I could until they were gone, and then I'd head back and I'll inform everybody about what I saw in the morning, whatever. I'm not gonna wake everybody up, tell them, but
So you walk up and go to sleep.
no, I would tell you because you're awake. But anybody that's
Okay.
asleep, I'm gonna tell in the morning because there's nothing we can.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do anything about that right now.
Tala just silently walks back in the house.
Yeah,
and rolls over.
Eve's like, what's going on? It's like, no, I'm still invisible. So as I come in,
Yeah,
he doesn't see anything. He just wakes up in the morning. It's like, where did Tala go?
Your blanket just goes over this lump. There's nothing there.
After that, you make it through the rest of the night without any problems.
Oh. Ow.
And it is snowing again this morning.
All right, I'm gonna inform everybody about what I saw last night, and it was probably a good idea that we didn't burn it because they would have known somebody was here.
We retrofit the cart with some sleighs.
The cart's light enough that it doesn't really bother it.
Okay.
If y'all are carrying heavy cargo, you would need to.
Gonna need that for all that gold we're gonna find.
We just merge the boat with the cart, like an amphibious vehicle.
Merge the diseased dead body boat.
I mean, we can.
Set it on fire.
Yeah, we could just.
Yeah,
burn
I'm
it.
okay with burning the boat
All right.
after using it to.
The
Transfer
4
body.
other corpses are laying on the ground outside that house.
Are they like in various?
Hey,
places?
hey Eve, you wanna borrow my lifting belt?
Do they spell out help?
YMCA.
I piled them back up without the belt.
Okay. But Corey is fairly impressed. You're getting the workout on.
Yeah. Now, Eve, the one thing you do need to understand, you're not as strong as everyone else, but average humans are only a 10 for strength, and you have a 12. So technically, you're stronger than the average human being. You're just not strong like Core and Winky, because they're like freaks of nature compared to ordinary humans.
Especially Winky since he's a gnome.
Yes, that's especially freakish. Like, gnomes might only have a strength of 8.
I just got this picture of like a bodybuilder, but on a gnome, he's just like, just all muscle.
So like.
You know, have you seen the kid who has the gene difference? That
Oh
causes him
yeah.
that has a bunch of muscle? That's Winky.
I got you. That little kid is ripped.
Yeah, Winky's swole kid. All right. So, y'all burn the house down now. Okay. You successfully burned the house down. With all the bodies in it, and they all were burnt up.
Don't breathe in that smoke, guys. Just
You want to say a prayer?
We need to get out of here.
Let's go north.
Now that we've lit this on fire, we need to get out of this village.
Did we look?
You got
for
about 2 hours to get to town, based on the dock distance. So you're within eyesight of the town.
Let's go.
All right. You make it to the outskirts of Gaskar. Gariskar. Sorry. Gariskar. You notice that the
Garrett's
town
car.
does not have a wall around it. They do have a palisade, but the palisade is not complete. It looks like it's missing sections.
As in the phase of destruction, or as in has taken damage?
Hard to tell.
Okay.
It's definitely not the masonry walls that all the the central towns had. This looks more like a Norse village than it does a city.
All these backwoods northern bumpkins.
And you do know that there are fires burning in town, and there's smoke coming out of chimneys, and there are people moving about. But based on the number of houses you see as you're approaching, it seems like there's not as many people going around as you would expect.
Do we see like an area of outside of town that's like scorched or like a mound of dirt, anything like that?
If anyone who wants to look, make perception checks. Okay. Needip, Kor, and Hatala, you notice that there are no indication, like there's no burn pits, there's no mass graves or anything that you notice. And you do notice that there are a lot of people going about their business, but they're in smaller groups and they're avoiding each other as much as possible. Eve and Akar, you notice that there are people with wagon or little carts or wagons or something like that, and they just have bodies flung up on the wagons, and they're going around town looking for more bodies. Literally to bring out your dead.
Hey, never mind. Is anybody else crafty? Gonna make some facial coverings for us.
We actually should still have some back when Debbie made them.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that didn't was me because I wrapped my some stones in them, but I could have gotten Debbie's by this point.
And Akar wasn't there, so he didn't have one either.
But was there more people at that time? I don't think so.
No.
And most likely, since you didn't specify, you wouldn't have gotten Debbie's. Since you just wrapped your face last time, you didn't think about it.
You want to take a few minutes and see if you can.
Someone can use mine.
Yeah, Eve has an extra one.
This is true.
Well then,
and it's questionable whether a car can get it or not.
Yeah, because he's only mostly
He's a little bit dead.
I think I would like to take the precaution. I don't need any more afflictions.
I give mine to Hatala.
I can try to craft something for either myself or.
Make a crafting check. It won't take too long since you're improvising it. You managed to make something a little bit better than what was made originally.
Put a layer of
Alright, I'll give that to Akar. And I'll use Eve's.
Alright. So what do y'all do? The town does not look good.
We need information.
There's a opening in the palisades to the south of the town, which your guess is the one of the gates would be, and there is one guy standing there.
What if I know this is? I've been throwing out a bunch of ideas. What if everybody but Eve stays outside of the town, since she's immune, and send her in, let her gather intel.
She
come back out.
might get killed.
She literally just left.
She ran away.
She apparently got a really exciting text message. She picked up her phone, had an excited face.
All right. How about this? It's 9:30 right now. Why don't we go ahead and stop since we're on the outskirts of the new town and the new area, and y'all can formulate your plans, and then we can get together next time and do that.
Sounds like a
Sounds
plan.
good. Say bye to everyone.
Bye to everyone.
Everyone.